Hello everybody and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. Today we're doing yet another episode of whatever the hell this is. I just hit 50,000 subscribers. We had a nice high energy stream. I think this will be more akin to what I normally do. With that being said, hello Florida Man and congratulations on being the first person in chat. Hello Nate.jpg. Hello LD Venus. Hey, can I vent? I mean, I guess. I don't know how much I'll engage with it, though, because I do gotta interact with all of the people in my chat, so I might not read it. But yeah, hello LD Venus, Florida Man, Callie, Graceland Johnson, Anon420, Serial, Dark Reaper, Impish Little Centaur, Batal Crafter. I did it, hell yeah. Nate.jpg, hello. Hello Graceland Johnson. Did you know that Donald Trump took all transgender people out of the military, even if they were out of the country? Yes, I am aware. Hey, can I fent? Yes, of course. We're fentanyl maxing over here. Hello, Just Polar YouTube. Or YT, whatever. Sorry. Hello, Daniel Barry. Hope you're doing well. If not, I'm gonna be very sad. Chat, how does my hair look? Does my hair look awful or somewhat decent? I actually don't know. Or maybe somewhere in between. Congrats, Femi, on 50k. Thank you, Tibian. I very much appreciate that. But yeah. Looking good. Thank you, Dylan. I very much appreciate that. Your hair looks like hair. That's true. A tad frizzy. Yeah, sometimes it is a little bit frizzy. I try to avoid having it be frizzy, but, you know, sometimes that happens. Somewhat decent. You know what? I'll take somewhat decent. Your hair looks cute. Thank you. I really do need to get the split ends removed, but I've said that for like a year, and it's been like well over 2 years, I think, since I've last gotten a haircut. So, you know, maybe I need to fix that. Mic was still buzzing. Oh god. Yeah, I'm having to adjust it more and more all the time. It's very unfortunate. Such an unfortunate state of affairs, truly. You know, these are real world issues that need to be solved. With that being said, you should watch Dean Withers. He's really good. I don't know anything about him. I'm gonna be so real. I'm back. Please give me mod. Dude, I'm not gonna give mod just because people say please give me mod. I give it to people when they feel like it. You know what I mean? Or, sorry, when I feel like it. Not when they feel like it. When they feel like it isn't the determining factor. Who up-transing their gender? Oh, their gender. I'm transing my gender personally. Please give me... Okay, now we're going to get a bunch of people. If I were to give anybody in this chat right now mod that doesn't already have it, it would probably be Carol Smith. I've seen Carol Smith here for a while. And Anon420 Serial. Yeah. And maybe Impish Little Centaur. Yeah. You know what? I'll give Anon420... Well, actually, wait, hold on. Before I give y'all a mod. Alright, wait, Carol Smith, how old are you? So I only have mods that are 18 plus. Don't get Florida mod? Alright, yeah, don't worry. He's a biological gray name. 20, alright, standard moderator, congratulations. Don't abuse mod. Please don't false ban anybody. I'm gonna be very sad if you do. And that's like one way to get permabanned. Dean Withers does debates like you, and he's super good at it. I wouldn't even say that I'm, like, known for debating. I mean, I kind of am, but that's mainly because that aspect of my personality got entirely... I was about to say astroturfed. That's not the right word. I guess it was, like, the only thing that was focused on because, you know, I was sort of entering the commentary community scene, and then it was like, oh yeah, I was, like, the debate person that, like, tried debating Augie RFC and stuff. You know? But, I'm like the worst mod. I'm a pick me mod. I don't think you're the worst mod. The worst mod is probably somebody that's inactive. Kai, who was the transgender person you had on twice? They were kind of gothy, and they were into horror movies. Are you talking about Kona? I wouldn't say her aesthetic was goth, but I do. As soon as you mentioned horror movies, I knew exactly who you were talking about. Yeah, she's like, she really likes horror movies and Resident Evil. Yeah, she's pretty based. But yeah. What are your pronouns? Yes. I was only off stream for a while because I got cancer. Yeah, I wasn't saying that you were the worst mod. I was saying that it's probably somebody inactive. Like, somebody that I've just, like, forgotten about. That, like, I don't know, never used their mod. I don't know. I mean, my worst mod is still gonna be a good mod. Oh, yippee, yeah. But, I'm sorry that you had to have cancer. That's fucking awful. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're doing better. Um, have you ever watched any of Andy Ditch's videos? Unfortunately, they're quite grotesque. They're not Pamper Chew levels of grotesque, but they're pretty bad. You're a trans girl? Astute observation. My display name is the evil mod. Yeah. You know what? I think that if Moth wants to play into it, they can be, the worst mod. Anyways. Hello, King Cowboy. Hope you're doing well. But yeah. We're all glad you're doing better, Ashlyn. Oh my god. I did not know that you went through cancer. Fun fact, Femyoz is hot. Well, thank you. You're so sweet. How long have you been on E? Almost 2 years. I'm getting very close to 2 years now. Right? Because I started estrogen on June 2nd of 2023. So on June 2nd of 2025, which is this year, it's gonna be my 2-year HRT anniversary. I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm ready to wear the same outfit that I wore when I took my first dosage of HRT. Not sure if the universe could handle an Andy Ditch and Pamper Chew collab. No, but I certainly could as a content creator. I feel like if anything, look, if I was more willing to touch the poo when it comes to lolcows, I would absolutely go out of my way to orchestrate something like that. Look, I don't know if it's a combination of laziness and the fact that, like, I don't know, I don't want people to, like, get angry at me for anything I do if I, like, I don't know, like, mess something up. Because, like, people in the lolcow sphere are, like, very schizo. Like, the people that are, like, really invested in it. I don't know. Because, like, I don't know, I would want to, like, that's something that I would consider orchestrating. I don't know, if I ever do, it's gonna be with, like, Glupshido nobody lolcows. So, like, people like Olive Oil Run and Trumpster Bob. You know what I mean? Or Sabrina TW. Sabrina TW. Like, they have to be my lolcows for me to want to do that. Because otherwise, like, I don't know. At that point, because here's the thing, if I were to do that with, like, somebody like, I don't know, Cyrax, right? I don't know. Because I also don't want to, like, I don't know, buddy troll to, like, lead up to something and then I don't get anything out of it. Because, like, I don't know. I think that the only justification ever for buddy trolling would be, like, if you're trying to either A, get shit out of them, like, get them to say something really fucking stupid, or B, if you're, you know, gonna, like, convince them of something stupid, basically. For Olive Oil Run was better as Playmate Tessie. I mean, I think that was when she had her cat abuse arc, right? I thought that her arc when she was beefing with me was the funniest one. I don't know if you were there for that. She was, like, threatening to dox me and sue me. She thought that I was Natty Forsyth for some reason, because somebody in my chat somebody from my chat went to her stream and told her that I was Natty Forsyth as a fucking joke, and she believed it, even though we look and sound nothing alike. Also, thank you, Tubian, for the $5. You beautiful fucking bastard, saying 50,000. I agree. I wonder if Olive Oil / Playmate Tessie's music is still around. Oh yeah, I think that she did a diss track on, I think it was, like, her ex-boyfriend or something, where, like, it was, like, his address was the name of it or something. So, like, if she has somebody's personal info, like, she will use it. I don't know why she's stupid enough to do that. Like, her shit is also out there. So, like it's not hard to find at all. But Skirt Spinny, good point. I will do one for the 5. I forgot to heart the thingy. There we go. But yeah, for anyone wondering, this is today's fit. I guess I haven't shown it off technically. But yeah, it's a classic. What can I say? But yeah. Wuhan gang was something else. Was that like the really racist one? Yeah, I don't know. No, at first I thought that she was just like a rage baiter. Like I thought she was doing like a similar shtick to what I would do sometimes, which was just rage bait. Like I would do rage bait for like Christians, where I would just be like, Jesus had a foot fetish and died, R.A.P. Bozo. And people would get really mad. And I would like create like this cycle of engagement where like people just want to argue with me. Right? That's like a lot of what I was doing at the time. And I thought, oh, maybe she's like doing something similar. Like she's like pretending to be a crazy person for the bit, right? And no. Not as soon as like, because she was like trying to like force like her weird sexual shit onto me. Like she was like, and it was like something that I was like very clearly uncomfortable with. Like she was like trying to get me to like buy a shock collar and let her control it and shit. Because she thought it would, quote, be funny for the stream. And she was like pressuring me into doing it. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know, maybe it would get money. So I like vaguely considered it as a possibility. And I'm like, okay, like what would the safe word be? And then she was like, oh, no. There's no safe word. Or if there is, I tell you when you're allowed to use it. And I'm like, dog, you're fucking weird. No. I mean, I don't think I said that specifically. I think that I was trying to be nicer. Because I didn't think that like, because I didn't know about the animal abuse stuff, right? Like I had no idea. That was something that somebody said to me. Well, originally, right? One of the things that got me to like completely distance myself from her and like not want to like associate with her, I like not even want to buddy troll her, was somebody sent, I think it would have been Battao Crafter if I'm not mistaken. It could have been someone else. I think it was Battao Crafter. Sent like a few second long clip of her like aggressively throwing her cat, right? And then I did a little bit of digging on her and I found out that she was on Dr. Phil. I found an animal abuse compilation of her hitting her cat, throwing her cat, poisoning her cat on purpose, swinging her cat from its front legs, like swinging it around, biting the cat's ear, bunch of horrible shit, screaming into the cat's ear, just awful shit. And that was something that I covered on stream, and she was fucking pissed. She was so mad. Yeah, poor Molly. Poor Molly. And she was mad that I covered that on stream. Because, like, none of her new viewers knew about that. And there would be a lot of people that would view both of us because they were just, like, shorts viewers that would watch short streams, right? Like, there would be a lot of people that, like, at the time would be like, yo, I just, like, like, the stream you're watching on stream is the one below me, right? Or the one above me. This is like, it was kind of wild how that worked at the time, right? And so, like, she was mad that, like, you know, people were finding out about, like, some of her horrible past actions. So she was, like, threatening to sue me, saying she was gonna put my house all over the internet. And she I think she sent me a cease and desist. And I'm like, dog, you can't do anything. I am simply pointing out things that you have objectively done and saying what they are. At no point is that slander. I think she was saying that she was like gonna get like YouTube to like subpoena my information. And I did some research and I found out that no, you actually can't just do that without a justification for it. So, yeah. Why did I get an error message when I tried to speak in chat? Because YouTube is broken and sucks. Also, thank you, Graceland, for the $1, saying, please watch at least a little bit of Dean Withers. I think you'll like him. If I do, I'll watch him off stream, because, like, I don't know. I want to interact with chat right now. I don't know, maybe if I get bored of interacting with you guys, which is never, by the way, then I will. Would you undergo a lobotomy for 1 billion? Do I decide where the 1 billion goes? Like, if I get to decide that, like, this $1 billion goes to this specific cause that's gonna save a bunch of people's lives, then the answer would be yes. Like, I would absolutely be willing to get the lobotomy as long as the $1 billion goes towards something I care about. So, you know, it'd be kind of sad because, like, I wouldn't really get to reap the rewards. I wouldn't personally benefit, but it would be the right thing to do. And in the days leading up to it, I would feel a sense of fulfillment, at least. So that's how I view it. Debate the amazing atheist on what? Whether or not he's a pedophile? Yeah, there were like videos, they were like kind of obscure, but like they proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he is very creepy with kids. And I was very sad about that because I had a positive opinion of him before that. But yeah, I actually covered that on stream. I think it was Blazed High who brought that to my attention. Anyways. Oh, I didn't know that? Yeah. Anyways. You should go over the vegan teacher. Look, I don't know. I feel like the vegan teacher is like harmless and like low-hanging fruit and like not worth talking about. Like, I don't know, like I mean, keep in mind, I agree. Like in terms of like my ethics, like I believe that vegans are correct. Like I believe that they hold the morally correct position, right? So I wouldn't even be arguing against it. Like I can't do the lol I'm eating a burger thing because like I agree that that's like a bad thing, right? I agree that it's morally preferable not to. If your best friend owns CP, what would you do to them? Probably tell the police. Well, I mean, honestly, I would have a mental breakdown first. Now that I think of it. I would start by having a mental breakdown because, like, this isn't the person I thought they were. Like, their existence is a fucking lie. But once I'm mentally composed, it would be, you know. Dude, I don't even want to think about that. Hey Femyoz, hello Tia, good to see you again. The amazing atheist is a right winger. No, isn't he just like center left? Isn't he just like a fucking status quo warrior liberal? Like, isn't he? I feel like we can use neolib as like an insult, right? He's like a neolib, I think. Neolib at best, maybe centrist at worst. Like he's neolib style of centrist. Anyways, what's the craziest thing you heard in chat? I don't know. If you were part of Gamergate, you're right wing who's pretending to be a centrist. No, not necessarily. I actually did see Amazing Atheist talk about that, and that was like something I was sympathetic to. Like the making fun of SJWs thing was like that wasn't like he wasn't doing it from the standpoint of promoting right-wing politics. He just wanted to make fun of people that were ridiculous. And then he saw, oh, well shit, that makes money, right? He wasn't thinking about the political ramifications of it. Or if he was, he didn't care. But I don't think that he was ever right-wing. But no, he's a neolib. And mostly doesn't care about politics, I think. Anyways. Would you eat a pine tree's worth of paper for $100,000? I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to... What would the health ramifications of that be? Also, what kind... Like, how big is the pine tree? I gotta go. I have a test in the morning. Good night. My stunning Femyoz, sleep tight. Don't let the pookies bite. Good night, Ashlyn. And I hope that the test goes well. I actually had 2 exams that I had to do today. Fun stuff. It would be too much fiber. Yeah, if it's one of those situations where I'd literally die from eating that much paper or, like, be permanently injured, then, like, no. Not worth it. Death by a million internal paper cuts? Yeah, something like that. Anyways. Would you sacrifice yourself to end homophobia? Yeah. I feel like that's like an easy question. Is that a difficult question for people to answer? Like, would you sacrifice yourself to like make the world like objectively a million times better? Like, yeah. Yeah, I would. Like, if me dying means that like there's no more transphobia ever, then I would die. Like I feel like that's pretty obvious. That's like the morally correct thing to do. Like, it would suck and I'd be emotional doing it. But I'd be happy doing it. I'd be crying, but it'd be tears of joy. You should try it. Ah, well, this is the real world. So unfortunately, me killing myself actually doesn't do anything to help trans people. So unfortunately for you, I'm not going to be doing that. I hate to break it to you. Anyways, how do I block this so I don't see it again? By chatting as much as possible and double tap your screen and stuff, which definitely doesn't leave a like. Also, thank you, Gracelyn, for the one saying, I don't know why I tipped this. I just kept hearing this ding sound. What ding sound? You mean when you donate the money? I mean, oh, sorry. I just like hearing the ding sound. I thought you said you were hearing the ding sound. I'm like illiterate. This is why I should be a YouTuber and not anything else. Because I am not capable of reading, I guess. You know? You look so pretty. Why, thank you. Look, I think that being a YouTuber is like the perfect job for anyone that like wants to be creative but isn't particularly good at any one skill set. You know what I mean? How does one sleep after watching Markiplier play horror all day? I mean, I don't know. Fentanyl. Yeah, that's right. If you could send any one person to the most vile depths of hell, who would you send? Nobody. I don't think that somebody should suffer infinitely for their finite actions. You know what I mean? Unless it's like temporary. But even then it's like, okay, but like, well, what am I getting out of it? What is the world getting out of it? Like, if them being in hell isn't something that benefits me or anybody around me, or like anybody ever in general, then like I see no point. Not even Hitler. I mean, he's fucking dead. I don't see why him suffering would be preferable to feeling nothing at all. Like, I don't know. I guess I used to view the world that way, but I guess I just sort of stopped viewing it in terms of like whether or not somebody deserves to suffer. Because like I could argue that like maybe in my eyes somebody deserves to suffer. But I would also argue that like it doesn't really matter. I don't care. Like would I like if let's say Hitler was suffering infinitely in the deepest depths of hell, but I could risk my life to go there and save him from eternal suffering. No, I wouldn't save him. I wouldn't give enough of a fuck. I'm gonna be so real. I just wouldn't care. But like I wouldn't go out of my way to cause him to suffer. You know what I mean? Like he's dead. He can't do anything. Right? Like as long as he can't cause harm, then that's what I care about. Does that make sense? Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Just because I don't like someone's actions doesn't mean another person wouldn't stand by them. Well, it's not a matter of like I don't stand by any of his actions. That's the thing. I think you could be like the opposite of me, the most morally reprehensible person. You know, obviously me being the beacon of moral correct. Okay, all jokes aside, right? You could be the most morally reprehensible person, right? But like it's not that I don't, at least in terms of how I view things morally. Like instinctually I might wish ill upon people just out of instinct. But in terms of my actual worldview, I don't have like a moral reason to think that somebody ought to experience suffering, right? Like I don't care about whether or not they experience suffering. I care about whether or not they are prevented from causing harm to society, right? I think that's a mindset that more people should adopt, right? And it's definitely one that I hold when it comes to the prison system, right? Like criminals are treated like they're subhuman. Like those are just people, right? Yeah, some of them made mistakes. Maybe some of them are actually bad people. A lot of them are in there for what? Drug charges? For some dumb shit that doesn't matter? Like, I'm just saying. Like, why should they be forced to suffer? You know what I mean? Also, thank you, MTY5, for the $10, saying, I'd say, if you become a god, do what you need to do to the world to make it better. Do what's right, even if it means certain people don't come back. Sadly, breaking a few eggs really is a thing. Well, if I'm God and I'm all powerful and all knowing and all good, right? Then I'm necessarily going to make the world perfect. I'm going to maximize the well-being of humanity. I'm going to be more compassionate towards humanity and individual people broadly than the God of the Bible that is depicted as sending people to hell to suffer infinitely for their finite actions. I wouldn't be willing to do that. Not perfect, just better. Well, that's the thing. I'm not perfect. If I was God, you know, like in terms of like the power, right? But let's say I'm like the same person, but I just have the power and knowledge. But maybe that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm all good by definition. Or maybe in some people's view I would be. But I wouldn't view myself that way. I would view myself the same. I would just... It wouldn't be the same, I guess, if I have infinite knowledge. Like, I'd have additional knowledge about myself and whatnot. But, I don't know, I would be more compassionate. Femyoz, who is winning in a fight? You or Goku? Me, of course. I would destroy Goku, actually. I'm more powerful. Do you believe in the concept of infinity? Why or why not? Believe in the concept of infinity. I'd lean towards yes, but I'm not super well versed on it. I'm not like particularly good at math. I mean, like in terms of math, well, I mean, I guess it also depends on like, okay, do you view math as like something that exists? If not, like, what do you mean when you say exist? And if by infinity, like, does infinity exist? If you're not referring to a mathematical construct, if you're talking about the physical existence of infinity, I guess something could theoretically happen infinitely, but I don't know if there is, I don't know. Because, like, you could make the argument that, like space itself, you know, is approaching infinity, right? It's approaching infinity, but maybe it never gets there unless you go over an infinite amount of time, right? Also, thank you, Josh W., for the $20, you beautiful fucking bastard, saying, congrats on 20K, well deserved. Go on with your bad self. Thank you so much. But yeah, I would say that in terms of it, yeah, because like in order for the universe to become infinitely large, to go from infinitely small point to an infinitely large size, right? It would either have to expand at an infinitely fast rate or expand over the course of an infinitely long duration of time. So you would have to wait infinitely long for the universe to be infinitely large. The universe infinitely expands indefinitely. So that's kind of a complicated question. Though there could be like, I don't know, shit outside of the universe. I don't know. Like there could be shit outside of our universe. Shit could be infinite, right? In that regard. That's my view on it, I guess. I don't know, you actually had to make me think. Anyways. I used to be like that. Eventually you stop needing to speak out on it and just hold it. Wait, speak out on what? I'm confused. Anyways. Infinite is just the means of knowing there is not a limit. Yeah, I mean, the concept of infinity is, like, very difficult to conceptualize. Hi, is this a safe space to stroke it crazy style? Yeah, as long as you're increasing my average view duration and stuff. Yeah. Everything ages, everything dies. It seems to be the case that, like, all life on Earth does that. Hard agree on the infinity take. Yeah, and, like, keep in mind, like, I don't know, like, I don't really have, like, an extensive knowledge. I'm not a scientist. I don't know shit. You know what I mean? Who the fuck said Femi isn't trans? Like, the fuck you mean? Nuh-uh. I guess I'm a cis woman now. The philosophy today hits hard. I don't know if I've even... Would I consider that a philosophical concept? I actually don't know. I don't know if I would think of that as philosophical. Life recycles until it doesn't? Yeah, fair. Cisios? Yeah, I'm actually cisgender. You're very pretty. Thank you, Mr. Root. I very much appreciate that. You don't need to show people your thoughts or tell them to change. You just wait until they say what they want and decide if you care enough to argue. It's generally, as you grow as a person, you don't. What? But like, I don't think you understand the point of the YouTube channel, though. Like, I yap into a microphone for a part-time living. That does involve some level of me sharing my thoughts. Like, I don't know. I'm basically getting paid to have Asperger's. Yeah. There are an infinite amount of numbers between 0 and 1, and you can't even start to count them. Anyways. Abolish cis people. Damn, we've got some radical ideas in chat. Let's see. That was dumb. In what way? Force femme cishets? True. Gay people good, straight people bad? Dude, I thank you for your nuanced take. Gender abolition. Fuck yeah. Gender abolition for the win. Let's go. We were getting promised sounding at 50K. Well, now you just made that up. There was never going to be a sounding stream. Radical idea. People being nice to people who look different. Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy? If we lived in a society that did that? I don't know. Must be a pipe dream. Unironically, at this rate, it kind of is. Like, imagine treating people equally. And living in a society with equal opportunity. Like, why should I have to imagine? You ain't popped up for me in a minute. You still pretty AF? I don't care. Hell yeah. And feel free to subscribe with notifications on to know when I go live. And check every day. I try to go live every day. You know, I just finished a bunch of college stuff. Protect trans kids. I agree. Vaccines do more good than bad. The COVID one was How is the COVID one BS? Explain that one to me. What scientific reason do you have to believe that it was bad? Do you listen to Femtonol? Not really, but I have heard some of her stuff and it's good. I wouldn't say that's my style of music, but like I respect it for what it is. And I fuck with it. You're cute. Thank you. Can I see the coffee mug behind you? It just says Femyoz. I'm too lazy to go get it right now. Stop popping up during my doom scroll. Damn it, it distracts me. I'm here to distract you. That's my goal. My #1 goal in life is to distract you from precisely whatever it is that you're currently doing at the moment. And, you know, I'm doing a successful job, I think. What's your opinion on Isbroki? Fuck yeah, dude. Her shit is fire. Her shit is fire. Do you still like women? I gotta check if she's, like, released any new shit. But yeah, I discovered her semi-recently. And occasionally listen to her. So I guess how did you know you were trans? I guess I slowly figured it out over time. Anyways. Is it wearing a shock collar? You know, I guarantee you, the people that say that type of shit would throw a bitch fit if they, interacted with someone that asked to be called idiots. I guarantee you, they'd be like, no, that's too difficult. No way I'd ever be able to remember to do that. And then it's like, when it's like a trans woman, they use it or they. But then if it's like a non-binary person that uses it or they, it's like, no, I can't do that. That's so much effort. Like, okay. Just pretend like they're a trans woman then, since that's the default, I guess. Your choker is so cute. Why, thank you. That's crazy, but you want to know what else is crazy? Blowing butthole. Oh, is that a Trumpster Bob reference? If so, I appreciate that. Also, thank you for 100 likes, everybody. Keep double tapping to smash like, of course. Boosts me in the algorithm. You're still here sitting. Here complaining. It's been hours, Jesus, we get it. Well, first of all, my name isn't Jesus, okay? It's Femyoz. Thank you very much. Secondly, am I complaining? Why do you say so much? Doesn't Barack Obama also say a lot? Chill your tits, bro. Of course you're talking about my tits. Did you get your balls chopped? Great question. Glad to see we're having some incredible intellectual discourse here. Femyoz, what is your SSN? Yeah, I think I'll be sure to DM that to you. Don't you worry. You know what? No, I'll say it on stream. Titties are epic. I agree. You saying you're a politician, Yos? I guess so. I guess so. I was sucking on. Okay, all right. I'm not reading that. That's a crazy message. Not reading that one. I almost did. But I didn't fall for it. Okay. I didn't fall for it. Yo, Femyoz, are you planning on doing anything else about Olive Oil Run? Planning on no, unless I do like a video essay talking about her antics and like how she like tried to like sue me and how she's an animal abuser and how she thought I was Natty Forsyth and was crashing out and stuff. And all the good stuff. You know. Some of these chatters need to be doing their homework. Yeah, that's true. Why engage with people who only speak in foolish tones? I'm trying to understand. That's all. What do you even get out of this? Views and attention. Of course. You know, two of my favorite things. I guess you could classify them as kind of the same thing. Girl, I love your hair. Your transition goals, TBH. Thank you, Amelia. I appreciate that. Anyways. Kanye West wants to know, hole or pull. See, you know, I just love intellectual discourse such as that. Do you like makeup, or is it just not a you thing? I just don't know how to do makeup. I never really liked it, but in my late 20s, I'm suddenly enjoying putting makeup on for myself from time to time. Yeah, I just need to learn how to do makeup. I'm kind of a bitch. You know? Voice sounds great to me. I hope you feel the same. Thank you, Jazz Dog. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, I did a few months of voice training like a year ago or something, and then like just like maintain that voice, and I guess it just kind of worked. Yeah, I don't know. Usually it takes people longer, but I don't know. For me, I'm just good at doing voices or something. Anyways, I saw a leak of your schlong. Yeah, that's how you know it's bigger than yours. And your dad's. You can ask your mom all about that. Is Finster cool? Fuck yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't be. You sound so much different since the last time I heard you. You must have heard me a long time ago then. You know. Is your hair thin? Mine breaks so easily. Any secrets? Yeah, just be careful not to fry it with the air dryer. And if you want it to be more thick, then put like some volumizing mousse in it before you use a hair dryer. And like that could work. And make sure to use, like I wash my hair every other day, as well as use conditioner every other day. I use a lot of conditioner. And yeah. Also, holy fucking moly! Thank you so much, Batao Crafter, for the $50, you beautiful fucking bastard. Saying congrats on 50K. Let's go. Hell yeah. Yo, can we get some 07s in chat for Batao Crafter? Let's go. God damn. If Batao Crafter wants to request honor awards, she is more than welcome to. Anyways. Let's see. Hell yeah, dude. W Batao Crafter. W Batao Crafter. First time tuning in. For what it's worth, I think you are very pretty. Wish you the best. Thank you, Darth Umbris. I appreciate that. I ought in T. Biden. That's true. Vacuous opening or long cylindrical object. Anyways. Here's silly little sweetheart. Adorable. Thank you. Oh my god. Have a good day. Trans thriving. You too, Jazz Dog. Hell yeah. Oh my god. Fuck yeah. 07 indeed. Oh my god, dude. Chat was moving fast. Let's see. Dude, according to OJ Simpson, I'm a weird looking person. What will I do without the approval of OJ Simpson? Fave debate topic? Oh, I think it really depends on who I'm debating and, like, what my mood is. It, like, kind of changes. For a while, it was trans issues because that was what I was the best at debating, but I got bored of that. Then it was, like, philosophy nerd shit. Then it was abortion. Then I got bored of that. Yeah. I don't know. I've just gone through... I don't know. I just like to debate random shit. Anyways. Sometimes my favorite debates are just the ones where, like, I don't know, there's zero substance, and it's just, like, me making fun of the other person. Look, I'm not known for my debate prowess. Like, am I the worst debater ever? No, but I'm also not close to being the best, right? Not even close, right? I'm just, like, okay. Like, I'm not, like, I'm not somebody that would be known for being good at debate if, like, I were to, like, even if I did a debate, I'd be, like, okay. Oh, right. Fuck, I forgot to put on the cat ears. My bad. Femyoz has a BBC, that's true. It's like blackface, but on my dick. Yeah, that's right. I always laugh when you say my username because it's Al Optimist, not AI Optimist. Oh, fuck. I thought it was AI Optimist. I thought that the lowercase L was an uppercase I. I'm fucking dumb. Goddamn. How did you get introduced to the trans community? I guess I found out about it on the internet. Anyways. The tail? What, the tail? How is the tail meant to be attached? Aha, JK, unless. Have you ever dated? You better believe I have. I'm currently dating somebody right now. I'm gonna go to bed now. Have a wonderful night, Femyoz. You too, Colin. You too. Femyoz Gawk is gonna get canceled for real. So true. Let's see here. For against abortion. I'm actually for bodily autonomy, if you can believe that. I'm anti-forced birth. That's what you're wondering? Anyways. Do you date dudes or women? Either. Mostly women, though. Hashtag can't block the gawk. That's true. Anyways. I hope you and your partner are happy together, Femi. Hell yeah. I just wish that we lived a little bit closer. Hello, Irish whiskey. I'm for pro-abortion as in Yeetus the fetus. Dude. What about post-birth abortion? I actually think that's based. I'll have you find. You know. Why debate issues that bore you soon after? Well, when I'm debating them, they don't bore me. But then I debate them and it's the same talking points. And then I get bored because it's the same dialogue tree. And it's not satisfying to beat somebody in a debate that I've done, like, more than 5 times. You know what I mean? I don't know. It depends on who it is, though. I think that maybe religious debates are my favorite. Because they're, like, low stakes. And they aren't usually... Like, if they're hostile, it's not me being hostile, right? Like, it's the other person is hostile. Like, I don't know. And if it is, then they're just spurging. Whereas, like, when it comes to, like, trans debates, oftentimes, like, people will say some really retarded shit. And they'll be hostile, and then I'm hostile back. In my opinion, abortion is murder. Well, your opinion is retarded. Did you know that? Anyways. No disrespect intended, but do you date trans women and cisgender women? Yeah. Of course. Come on, Kai, debate Andrew Wilson on religion. I'm gonna be so real. If we're talking about somebody as relevant as Andrew Wilson, I'd honestly rather just set up a debate between Andrew Wilson and Bunk, or Andrew Wilson and Synth. Look, I have friends that are, like, actual debaters. That, like, know how to debate. You could take him. I don't know. I'm not a confident debater. Honestly, I feel like when I'm the least confident at debate is when I do the best. Weirdly enough. Actually, no, that's not true. If I'm not prepared and I'm not confident, then I do the worst. But if I'm not confident and then I prepare as a result of that to make up for it, then, like, I fucking destroy the other person. But yeah. Using the R slur is not chill. Well, I'm literally autistic. I can say retarded. Coda and Noah are friendly with Andrew. Well, Noah goes by Valerie now. But yeah, yeah, they both ended up being trans, dude. I transed them both. But yeah, she's trans now. It's fucking based. But yeah, I'd rather her debate Andrew than me, because she's like a way better debater. And like I wouldn't want to rob an actual debater of that opportunity for like what? Like clout for an audience that wouldn't watch my content? I don't know. He sucks on meta ethics. He knows enough to call everyone a relativist while not even defending his own position. Yeah, I feel like the only way I'd be able to win is if I like memorize all of his arguments and then pre-plan counter arguments for them and try to steamroll. Like I'd have to be like aggressive. But I unironically think that's like the only way that I'd be able to win. Cuz like he's better at debate than me, right? Like you might just like if you were to see me debate him, right? You're going to agree with my position. I'm going to say things that you already know are factually correct. But if that's part of what's up for contention, then like if we're analyzing rhetorical ability alone, like he's a better debater than me. I am anti-life. The United Healthcare CEO was a 200th trimester abortion. That's true. Anyways. Jesus' sticky holy water is all over me right now. Dude, same. The internet is turning people trans. Me not fully disagreeing because it was YouTube that made me question my gender. Well, if anything, YouTube gives trans people a bad rep, not a good rep. Like, all the shit that I saw was, like, conservative anti-trans propaganda growing up. That's all I saw. And I was like, oh, I'd never be able to do this. This shit was awful. I'm like, oh, I guess I go back further in the closet. Oh, no. Sissy videos are the gold mine, that's true. Just go watch the sissy hypno porn, and you'll instantly become gay and transgender. That's how it works. What the fuck is the stream below you? I don't know. I guess it depends on who you are. Because I think that it's going to be a different stream for each person. W take, hell yeah. I knew I was gay because I kept feeling attracted towards dudes instead of women. Yeah, it kind of be like that. I feel like it's easier to figure out if you're like gay or straight than if you're trans. Because like I feel like when it comes to like being one of them homosexuals, it's like pretty straightforward. It's like, oh, my pee-pee gets hard when I see men and not women, right? And then that's how you find out that you're gay. But when it comes to being trans, like it's way more complex. Like there's like a whole identity aspect of it, and like many years of you trying to manipulate yourself into thinking, actually, if I just pretend that I'm not this hardened enough and repress, then everything will work out as long as I fake it until I make it. And then you realize that actually that doesn't work. And then you have to like unlearn some of that shit and stop being repressive. You know, I knew I was pan way before I knew I was trans. Yeah. I was trans after a YouTuber I watched came out as trans, which led me to watching watching OT, and a meme of his cracked my egg. I am emotionally attracted to trans women. What age did you know? I guess I figured it out at 19. Yeah. I just give estrogen as a joke. OT fan in the chat. By OT, you mean original trilogy in reference to Star Wars, right? That's the only thing that OT would mean in my world. Because I'm a fucking nerd. I knew I was trans when I was... Look, I guess whether or not I know that I'm, like, a girl, like, depends on how I look at it. Like, understanding, like, oh, like, I'm, like, a trans woman was something that I realized when I was 19. But like, I knew that I wanted to be a girl, like, since I was 5. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, well, nobody else is like this, so I guess I have to not tell anybody and then suffer silently. They meant ought as in I oughtn't T Biden. Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, that's fair. That's the other ought that I know. I oughtn't T Biden. Oh, for one topic. I see. He does, I remember him. He does videos on LGBTQ memes and is super supportive. Oh yeah, I remember that Cheeto and Turkey Tom made like a really unfunny video where they were like trying to make fun of him. But they were just like, I don't know. They were more cringy than the video that they were supposedly making fun of. It was very sad. Like, I think it would be fair to be like, yeah, I think he's kind of cringe, you know, it's not my kind of content. But like, I don't know. The shit that they were making was worse. You know what I mean? A Cheeto and Turkey Tom are retards. Yeah, it's like, exactly. Especially a Cheeto. He's like actually subhuman levels of stupid. It's actually impressive. What do you think about detransition? Yeah, shit happens sometimes. It's not very likely to happen, but yeah, there are some people that detransition, and more power to them. Cheeto is dumb as fuck. He compares gender swap filters to blackface. Does he actually? That's fucking hilarious. Dude, gender swap filters is like when racism. That's so true. Anyways. I mean, subhuman isn't always the worst thing to be called. Well, of course you're saying that because you're a fucking bottom, but that's besides the point. Do you think that there are a lot of people who are either misdiagnosed or confused? Statistically, no. Because of the regret rates being 1%. Which would mean that, like, no, proportionally speaking, not really. It's not really a prevalent issue. Right? I think that, like, what is it, like, 1 out of 100 trans people, roughly, stops transitioning or detransitions, and like the most common reasons for detransition are lack of family support, lack of finances to support the transition, lack of societal support, shit like that, right? And then there's like a small percentage that just like regrets their transition. So it's like, I'm not too worried about like if anything, I would say that that's evidence of it being too medically gay kept. Yeah, it's a nothing burger that's not only blown out of proportion, but it's evidence of the opposite problem of it being too medically gay kept, right? If anything, it's too hard to get because clearly, like nobody is regretting this except for like very very few people. What do you think about children being able to start HRT? I mean, if they get diagnosed by a doctor and they're prescribed it and the child consents, the parents consent, and the doctor approves, then like I don't see what the issue is. I don't know. Like I've heard people try to do all sorts of mental gymnastics to try to argue against this, and it's like you just hate science then. You're anti-science in medicine. But yeah. It's such a bold-faced example of, well, this anecdote supports my position, so I can safely ignore the millions of other people whose lives contradict my position. No, literally. It's like, you'll notice how, like, both sides can point to an anecdote for anything. I can point to an anecdote of me being happy because I transitioned, and somebody else could point to a detransitioner who's sad because they detransitioned. But what I can do that they can't is point to the fact that all of the scientific peer-reviewed evidence supports my side of the argument and not theirs. But what about the issues with their bodies and the everlasting damage? What everlasting damage are we talking about? Due to never starting puberty properly. Dog, you can just go off of puberty blockers and go through normal puberty. That's just like being a late bloomer. That's how that works. Like I don't think you understand how that works. I think you're just misinformed. Is this a chill stream or a debate stream? I would say both. Mainly a chill stream. Puberty blockers are reversible, yeah. Yeah, you can literally just stop taking them. And then your body will naturally produce hormones. That's how the human body works. Like, that's just, like, you don't have to be a scientist to figure that out. Anyways. Chill, but chat wants to bring up debate topics. Yeah, and, like, I'm willing to respond to the debate messages. I sort of let my mods decide when they get annoyed by the conversation or whatever. I guess. I don't know. I don't usually ban people myself. Anyways, you're literally lying about blockers. They leave permanent damage. Really? What's your evidence for that? Like, surely you have a peer-reviewed study that you'd like to cite, right? I don't know why anyone really cares. If you want to live your life as a woman, be my guest. I agree. We need estrogen candies in grocery stores. True. To be fair, we already have estrogen water everywhere, you know. We've got estrogen in the water. It's making the frogs gay. But yeah. I don't know. It's just like, that's another reason that I don't, like, focus on debate is, like, I don't know. Like, who am I debating? Oh, the opposition is just people that are completely divorced from reality, that hate science. Like, okay. This is my opposition. Like, this is who I'm meant to debate for a living. And, like, they're repetitive. I don't know. If I'm gonna debate people, I at least gotta, like, select for different archetypes of people, so it's not too repetitive. Why do people care about what's in other people's pants and who they want to be? None of their damn business for real. I think that people are just weird in general. You know what I mean? I love estrogen burger. Don't we all? Don't we all? Anyways, I gotta agree with that. The same people who support, the same people who complain about puberty blockers support Elon's Neuralink. Yeah. Like, it's all, like, deranged, psychotic people. Actually, I want billionaires to be able to have devices that are in my brain and control certain function. You know, I really want Elon Musk, of all people, to have some control over my brain. You know, I think it'd be really cool if he's tripping on ketamine and, messes up. I mean, to be fair, he's not the one engineering the chips. I just think it's a funny idea. The only reason, I guess I'm not going through with it because, like, I don't want to give the impression that he actually does anything. He just pays people to do things for him. Like, it's the engineers that work for him that are doing all the heavy lifting. He doesn't do shit. Limer said yesterday, and I quote, "God loves you. It's sad to see you have to stoop so low." Dude, I am stooping very low by being transgender. Would you be willing to debate on TikTok? Do you have any clout? Because if you have clout, then sure. I mean, I'm not going to stream on TikTok. You'll have to figure that out. I'm streaming on YouTube, right? As long as the audio is good on my end. Dude, you have 47 subscribers. You have no clout. Why the fuck would I debate you? I don't know who you are. Your most viewed video has 1K views from 3 years ago. I think my least viewed video has more than that. So, like, I'm gonna be so real. Like, well, what is my incentive? What do you bring to the table? What, out of all the people I could debate, like, I bet if I really want to debate, I could get some people that are, known or, like, wacky in some way. Stream quality is good. Good audio. Thank you. I try my best. LMFAO, I'm gay, and I can't believe the amount of hate that's coming out of your mouth. Dog, I'm gonna be so real, but, like, if some Glup Shitto, like, if Glup Shitto comes to my chat and is like, trans people are evil and disgusting and bad, and you will never be a real woman, debate me on TikTok. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I'm not gonna take them seriously unless they have clout. Oh, it was because I was, viewer maxing. Oh, when I was squeezing boobs. Yeah, I was getting 400 concurrents, dude. Free money, dude. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gay and I don't hear hate coming from her mouth. Did I ever say you were not a woman? I don't know. I was giving an example. Okay, so you agree that I'm... Wait, hold on. If you agree that trans women are women, then that would also apply to, like, trans kids, too, right? Like, logically, you would extrapolate that, correct? Like, you would agree that, like, a trans girl is just as much of a girl as anybody else that's a girl, right? Like, you would agree with that. And if you do you think that girls should be forced to go through male puberty? Like, do you think that that's fair? I would argue no. No woman should be forced to have testosterone. No one should have any hormone forced into their system against their will. People should have a say. Not biologically a woman, but societally a woman. Well, yeah, when I use the term woman, I'm referring to the societal/social construct, right? Like when I say woman, I'm usually referring to societally. If I say female, I'm referring to biology. Though that's not always going to be the case. That's usually how I use those words. I try not to use them interchangeably. Though it is going to be context dependent sometimes. Language is flexible. But I mean, if you reject the notion of like things like sex essentialism and you agree that trans women are women, right? And that our lives are improved when we have the right to transition. I think that if a child can't walk into a tattoo shop, dude, I've heard the fucking tattoo argument like a billion times and it never works. A tattoo isn't something that's been statistically proven to better the mental health of someone. That's not medical care. You're comparing medical care to not medical care. Like, what are you talking about? Or to go into a bar to drink? Does drinking beer improve or make people's mental health worse? Like, what are you... Also, it's not more difficult to get a tattoo as you age. If anything, the tattoo is more likely to end up being dog shit if you're like still growing and you get it when you're still growing, because then it's going to be all fucking stretched out and shit, right? Whereas transitioning gets harder as you age, not easier, right? Like, I wish that I started sooner. I wish that I was given puberty blockers at 13. I wish that that was an option and that I had been told that that was an option, right? Like, I would have some semblance of a childhood where I get to be myself, you know? Would I be treated like shit for it? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But it's totally worth it to actually get to be myself, you know? Anyways. I wish I knew I was trans earlier than when I found out. Yeah, me too. Me too. Children going on blockers is fine, but removing breast tissue. Okay, hold on. Getting taught. Okay. Hold on. We can't conflate these two, right? Because when I talk about HRT or puberty blockers for minors or whatever that are trans, right? I'm not talking about surgery, right? I think that for bottom surgery, with maybe like a few exceptions, were like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure, I don't want to make a blanket statement for anything. Like, I'm sure that there's like 2 exceptions out there. But generally, I think that like it's fine to have trans people wait till they're 18 to get bottom, or till they're of the age of medical consent, at the very least, right? I think that's fine. Same thing for top surgery. But I'd say that if you're old enough to get surgery, that should be able to include that type of surgery, right? My position on the matter is like, when it comes to surgery, either all of that's okay or none of it's okay, right? And I would argue that all of it's okay in some circumstances, right? I'd say it's contextual, right? I mean, there's gonna be some, I guess, like plastic surgery, like, I don't know, might be like a bit, I might be iffy on that. Like, I might actually say, like, I would argue that, like, you should have to be older to get plastic surgery, just, like, for the sake of it, than to get, like, I don't know, bottom surgery as a trans person. Like, I unironically think, like, the regret rate of getting plastic surgery is far higher than that of bottom surgery. So, like, I don't know, I would base it off of the risk factor. I couldn't even get a vaccine alone when I was 17. And my stepdad had to sit next to me, which I think is fucking stupid. Just let medical professionals make the decisions and not bigoted shithub politicians. Yeah. It'd be nice if, like, people that actually knew what they were talking about and what they were doing made the decisions in that regard, but they don't, I guess. Instead, we have people that don't know anything about it and just use it as a culture war talking point that make the decisions. Plastic surgery could be 21. I don't buy the whole 21 bullshit. I think that once you're 18, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. I think you should be able to drink alcohol when you're 18. You should be able to smoke when you're 18. You should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. All right. Like, I'm sorry. You're a legal adult. You should be able to, like, do whatever. That's my position. I'm here for conversation when conversations, ideas, and knowledge stop. I mean, no disrespect. Fair. I don't know. A lot of people come here in bad faith. So, I apologize if I painted you that way. Electrolysis should be allowed at 17, I reckon. Yeah, I don't see why not. Like, if somebody just really doesn't want face or body hair, like, why should they be forced to have it? No, I guarantee you that conservatives, like, if they were like, oh yeah, I think that, like, you know, girls that are hairier on average should be able to get electrolysis at, like, younger ages if they want. And they'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah. Because, like, they view that as, like, traditionally feminine. But then, if they think about it in the context of, like, a guy doing it or someone assigned male at birth or whatever, right? Then they'd be against it. No. You should have to at least be 18. Or no. Actually, no. You should have to be 25 because that's when your brain is fully developed. There's some people that think like that. I think they should make the legal age for drinking 25 because that's when your brain is fully developed. I'm sorry, but, like, unless you're drinking excessive amounts of alcohol, it doesn't do that much. Like, sorry, but, like, I feel like going out of your, like, you have to go out of your way to get addicted to alcohol, all right? Like, I'm sorry. Like, beer tastes like shit. Sorry, not sorry, right? Like, if I wanted to become, like, if I were to become a drunk, I would have to, like, actively put forth effort into becoming a drunk, right? Like, nobody is gonna fucking drink beer at a party one time and, like, become, like, a fucking, like, constant drunk addict. Like, they're not gonna be an alcohol addict, right? There's more than beer to get you drunk. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, what about vodka that also tastes like shit? Like, all the shit that can get you drunk tastes like ass. Unless you're, like, I don't know, drinking, like, 10 cans of fruit-flavored beer all at once. In which case, yeah, maybe then you could get drunk. But, like, who the fuck is gonna do that? Who, like, I'm sorry, but, like, I feel like that wouldn't just, I don't know. Like, you have to go out of your way is the point that I'm making. A lot of conservatives would probably agree with a cis girl getting electrolysis, not knowing that a cis girl getting electrolysis is still a gender-affirming procedure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I guarantee you, if it's a trans girl, then they'd be against it. It's a complete double standard. Yeah, the whole 21 thing is kind of BS, TBH. I think if you're 18, you should be able to get surgery if you want, as long as it comes out of your pocket and not from taxpayers. P.S. I'm concerned. Well, here's the thing about the whole taxpayers thing, right? Like, I think that you're going to disagree with this take, but I believe that universal healthcare is just more efficient. I don't think that wealth, you know, something that you're oftentimes born into, more often than not, really. You know, there's generational wealth gaps that exist, right? You deny reality to say that they don't. And, look, the fact of the matter is, I think that people have a right to get surgeries that better their lives, right? I don't think that people should suffer because they didn't make enough money. I think that that's kind of insane. Look, I don't know. I think that healthcare would be more efficient if we just, I don't know, did the same shit as European nations, maybe. Like, we have the most privatized healthcare system, and, like, oh wow, I wonder why it's so fucking expensive. Oh, I don't know, maybe it's because the corporations that give us healthcare are all greedy and only function for the sake of maximizing profit and hoarding wealth. Whereas if it's taxpayer dollars or whatever, right? Oh no, I have to pay more taxes, but guess what? That's less money than you would spend on healthcare. So, like, I think universal healthcare would be awesome, but we don't have it, and until we have it, then no taxpayer should pay for gender-affirming surgery. Well, that would be a form of healthcare. right? I think that taxpayer money should be used for surgery in general, not just that. I'm 5'7", and having the government pay for me to get taller makes nonsense. Well, it seems like a lot less of a realistic procedure, right? It doesn't seem to be one that would, like, better your life statistically. Like, that's, again, like, this is like a fundamental error in your logic. Like, you presuppose that, like, that would be exactly the same. Like, you presuppose that it would be no different from, like, a cosmetic surgery, right? That's sort of how you view it. But that's not really the case, right? It's a surgery that drastically improves the mental health of certain people that get it, right? And, like, this has been statistically proven. The quote-unquote respectful conservative false equivalence is going crazy. Look, I don't know. I mean, I'll take the respectable conservatives over the frothing at the mouth breathing retard, fucking, I hate all trans people, I hate them all types, I guess. I don't know. At first, look, for a while, I preferred the frothing at the mouth types because they were funny to laugh at. And, like, it was, like, you know, different. And it was, like, not taken seriously. But now that that's sort of the status quo, it's like, okay. You know, I actually prefer it the other way. How God views transgenders is crazy. I mean, if we're talking about medical care, sorry, but, like, God has no place at the doctor's office. I hate to break it to you, but in terms of the healthcare that we ought to administer, right? Sorry, we got to keep religion out of that. Like, you can pray for people that are, you know, sick, and I'm perfectly cool with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, that's wholesome. But, like, that shouldn't be something that influences medical decisions. In all honesty, my mental health would greatly increase if I was taller. I don't think gender affirming surgery is more valid than height affirming surgery. I'm pretty sure height affirming surgery is significantly more expensive than what is it? Bottom surgery, I guess is what we're talking about. It's a lot less practical. Look, I'm somebody that believes that, like, I don't know. Like, if we're dealing with trans people, like, I mean, one of the reasons that, like, I don't know. Because, like, dysphoria is like gender dysphoria is like a specific medical condition that, like, a lot of us have. Right? And I'm not saying you have to have dysphoria to be trans. I don't believe that. Right? But, like, if we're viewing this in the context of, I also think that gender dysphoria encompasses more people than, like, what a trans med would argue. I think that, like, more trans people have dysphoria than what we would think. I think that there are trans people that say they don't have dysphoria, but they do and they don't realize it. Hell, I didn't know if I had dysphoria until I started transitioning and felt better. I felt an alleviation of dysphoria and then looked back and I'm like, oh, yeah, there's, like, a huge difference. You know? No one is trying to legislate against access to height affirming surgery. That's true. I don't know. I think that because, like, I would argue that, like, bottom surgery for trans people, like, if that's something that they need, like, then that's like I would argue that's equivalent to a mental health treatment, right? Like, I wouldn't view it as entirely disanalogous, right? Like, I would say that for example, um like antidepressants, right? I think that those should be paid for through taxes, right? Like, again, like, if people are happier, then they're more likely to be healthy, they're going to be more productive members of society, and it's the morally correct thing to do, right? If I have severe depression, right? What's that going to cause? Well, one of the things it causes is executive dysfunction, right? Or it exacerbates it. I think I also have it because of ADHD, but that's besides the point, right? That makes it a lot worse. You're a lot less likely to do stuff if you're severely depressed, right? So if it's the case that depressed people are given access to the treatment they need, whether it be antidepressants or therapy or both, usually both is the best case scenario, then it's going to be the case that, like, they not only are living better lives, which is good on its own, they're also more productive members of society. So there's no reason not to want that. I would extend this argument to trans people. Look, before being on HRT, I was a lot less productive when it came to doing shit. Like, it was more difficult to do stuff in my day-to-day life back then than it is now. Depression is not a disease, it's a symptom. No, it can be a symptom. I think instead of prescribing antidepressants, they should prescribe how to get rid of what causes the depression. Okay, well, nobody knows necessarily what causes depression, right? We have solutions to depression in many cases. Not solutions, but like things that mitigate or treat it. Like, we have treatments. We don't know what all of the root causes are, right? We've just found things that generally work for people with depression. Not always, right? I have treatment-resistant depression, so there's that. But I would argue that you in order to have that position that you hold, right? Like, you're negating like the I guess the neuroscientific aspect of it, right? I mean, they've done brain scans on this shit, and like they notice differences in the brain in terms of, you know, depressed people and non-depressed people, and depressed people before and after taking antidepressants that seem to work. So it's like, you know, and again, it varies on a case-by-case basis. And I would also argue that, like, antidepressants shouldn't be the end-all, be-all, one-size-fits-all solution for everybody, right? I think there are going to be cases where people have, like, extremely counterproductive thought processes and lifestyles, or maybe they're just in a shit situation, in which case that could cause depression, right? Or sometimes it's a combination of both. Oftentimes you might find a cycle, right? Now, for me, in my experience, it's not negative thoughts that cause negative feelings. It's negative feelings, and no matter what I'm thinking, and I try to control my thoughts, and it has very little influence. However, if I do sort of like dwell on like more negative thoughts, then like it creates like a negative cycle, right? Almost everyone knows what causes the depression. That's not true. But most refuse to acknowledge it or change it. Where are you getting this from? There are some instances where depression is due to a chemical imbalance, but it's a minority. Okay, and what's your evidence for people knowing what causes the depression but just refusing to mitigate it? Like, what's your evidence for this? Like, what about somebody like me who has treatment-resistant depression, who's done extensive therapy, who's tried a bunch of shit, right? Life is out to get me. I've been diagnosed with anxiety and depression. I'm getting tested for autism and ADHD. And I think I have FND. And I'm bullied relentlessly at school, partially for being trans. Yeah, so, like, a lot of that is going to be, like, circumstantial and potentially neurological. You know? It's hard to say. Like, if your circumstances are shit, then, like, you're more likely to be depressed, obviously. My depression was completely unexplainable. Yeah. My depression was caused by 10 years of abuse from my mom's ex. Yeah, like, they're gonna be, like, sometimes there's just not. I don't know. With that being said, I'm gonna end stream soon. We didn't do as good in the algorithm as we did yesterday, unfortunately. But, I think tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good day. I feel it. I can feel it. I can feel the goodness of tomorrow. I'm silly maxing, as you should be. What makes you want to be a girl? Is it the extra attention? Nope. Though I do like attention, but that's not why. Do you think being a girl makes life easier? No. Being trans, especially, makes life harder. So, nope. Not that. Or what? Just want to know what it is for you? I'd say gender dysphoria is the primary factor for me, personally. And just wanting to be myself. You know. It's not that I want to be a girl, I just am one. You know. All I can choose is whether or not I express that fact. You know what I mean? What was the Best feeling part about your transition? I think that I think the thing that feels the best is like seeing the progression and seeing what I used to look like and what I look like now. I think that's always satisfying. I like being able to look at myself in the mirror and like see myself a lot of the time instead of some random guy that like I know is technically me, but like is mainly just like a disconnected vehicle through which I operate actions. That was sort of how I used to view my body. Um, where like now my body is more like a part of me. It's like not disconnected like it was. You know what I mean? Hello, cutie. Hello, Exostar. I mean, no disrespect when I say this. Being trans is like playing hardcore on a game. Being gay is like playing hard on a game. Yeah, I agree. I couldn't have described that any better. Um, anyways, I have to use most of my income for meds and laser hair removal, and I would choose it every time. Yeah. Dysphoria sucks. Yeah, it does. Um, Funny how people try their best to make trans people miserable and then claim it's just a trend or because it's easier. Yeah, it's like very weird how that works. Like, no, being trans fucking sucks a lot of the time. Not to discourage any like closet trans people and eggs and people that aren't sure of themselves. Like, there are people that are always going to accept you, right? Like the people in my community. I think the best analogy I've heard is like if a blind person was to gain sight, it's overwhelming, and you know what I mean? Like it was like surreal at first. Um, like when I started noticing changes, I'm like, oh my god. And like the fact that like it was so much better, like the fact that like this like weird fucking weight was lifted off my back. Like that shit felt unreal. You know. Um, I know what you mean. Same here. Being trans is like putting the game out on hellish. We have, unfortunately, even more of a chance of being killed or raped than cis women. Yeah, which is crazy. Fucking crazy. It's on harder mode if you like stay in the closet too, because then you're just miserable. Like that shit's the worst. You know, I didn't want to play life on hardcore, but I already was, and I just didn't realize it. Um, but yeah. No, being trans is not easy. I think anyone that dislikes trans people just for being trans are morons. People should live their lives the way they want, as long as they want, as long as they don't affect others or force their beliefs on others. I mostly agree with that. I don't know what you mean by forced beliefs. Because forced beliefs could imply a lot of things. Um, Dude, why are you banning Kanye West? Stop banning Ye. Alright? He, anyways. Let's see. Well, but for real, I think things are chilling now. Kanye, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know, dude. But the whole or poll thing is literally a meme on the channel. Like, don't ban channel memes. You know what I mean? And if it was pink, yeah, those are literally channel. Like, dude, I've said that shit in chat before, like in other people's chats. I'm gonna be real. I don't know. Let people joke. I wasn't aware. Yeah, sorry. I should have explained that to you. That's my bad. If you want to be trans, fine. Just don't force me to address you in a certain way. Dog, nobody is forcing you. Like, what? Like, now if you, I don't know, misgender somebody, then, like, people might not want to associate with you. They might just think you're an asshole and never talk to you again. And they're within their rights to do that. Pay for your medications. Well, I think that medications should be paid for by a universal healthcare system. So I don't see why you would disagree with that. Don't try to participate in women's sports. The women's sports thing is like a weird, like, red herring, like, I don't know, dog shit argument. And like also like it's like it's not really a real issue. Like there's not a bunch of trans women taking over women's sports despite being allowed in them. So like I don't see what the issue is. And then women's bathrooms, dog, I don't belong in the men's restroom anymore. Like I'm sorry. Like I've always just used the one that I look closer to. And I don't know. I don't feel safe in the men's room anymore. Like I'm sorry. I don't want to get raped. Is that a crime? I want to be myself without getting raped. Thank you. But yeah, no. Like, I want to be so real. Yeah. Trans athletes deserve the same opportunities to compete as anyone else. Yeah. I think it's fair to have like standards of like, okay, you have to have been on HRT for this many years. Right. Whereas that seems to level it out, right? Like there doesn't seem to be like such a disproportionate gap in ability to the point where it fundamentally alters the integrity of the sport itself, right? Like there's not like a bunch of trans women taking all the gold medals in the Olympics despite being able to participate for like 20 years. Trans athletes should compete against other trans athletes. Yeah, who's going to fund the exclusively trans Olympics? And you'd also need to like separate trans men and trans women because trans men are going to be substantially stronger and better at sports on average because they have testosterone. So like, yeah, I don't see that working. Not to mention it wouldn't get any funding. Like barely anybody watches women's sports. So who the fuck is going to watch trans exclusive sports, right? It's just not statistically, I'm not saying it's feasible. It's just how it should be. So it should be done in the way that's not feasible. Okay, it's not feasible. Okay, what's the feasible way that it should be done? Oh, I don't know. Maybe what I suggested, which is, just like, as long as they've been on HRT for a certain time, because it seems to be the case that they don't have. Also, judging it on a sport by sport basis, right? Like I think like if there's like a reason to believe that like there's like an issue with like one sport, like if you've gone through male puberty, then like fine. But you would also have to apply that to like any like cis woman that was like a detransitioner that went on testosterone or whatever. So you'd also have to like exclude detransitioner cis women, I guess. Like detransitioned women also wouldn't be able to participate because they've also gone through male puberty, right? So you'd also have to bite that bullet. And also, yeah. No, fuck, what else was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm tired. I should end stream. But yeah, no, the fact of the matter is, you were born male and then transitioned, then compete with men. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but estrogen, like, makes you, like, 10 times weaker than testosterone. Same for women. Okay, so you want trans men who have testosterone in their system participating in women's sports. That's what you want? Okay. Well, all right. That definitely makes sense. Have a good night, Femi. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Congrats on 50K. No, I didn't explain myself correctly. Okay. How about no more gendered bathrooms? Yeah, like in an ideal society, like people would be able to go in whatever bathroom they want and it wouldn't be an issue. And like instead of having like the shitty like cheap ass stalls, like it should be like a hallway of it should be like what they do at I think it's like they do it at airports where it's like they're all gender neutral bathrooms and like each like it's like like the bathroom is like almost like a hallway type thing and then like you've got like I don't know like 15 doors that like lead to its like own small bathroom and it's got like one toilet paper and like a sink and soap and paper towels and a garbage. Estrogen puts you at a disadvantage. Not only that, but it puts you in a similar range in terms of strength as cis women. Yeah, exactly. Fuck gendered bathrooms. I hate when anyone is in there with me. Yeah, like I'll choose the gender neutral bathroom anytime over a gendered one. Not because I'm worried about going in the women's bathroom anymore, or because like I don't think anyone really clocks me. Like nobody is looking for trans people. I don't know. People in real life have said that like they didn't know that I was trans until I told them. So, but yeah, like if I have the choice, like I'd rather just go in the one that doesn't have people in it. Anyways. Oh, damn. Somebody... Who banned them? Oh, man. Somebody banned them before you closed your stream. Thank you for thinking... Wait, okay. I'm gonna... Okay. Somebody banned them. I don't know how... Okay, well... Maybe I was gonna convince them before... Thank you for thinking with your brain and not your feelings. Hate to generalize, but most trans people think and act crazy. No, I mean, to be fair, that is a generalization. That's just like, oh... Well, that's what trans people on, like... liberal cringe compilations on TikTok sound like. Well, yeah, because, like, that's what conservatives show you. Because, like, yeah, of course they're gonna, like, show, like, the worst examples. Oh, well, what about, the one trans woman that was like, it's ma'am? Yeah, that's, like, the exception. That's why it blew up, is because it was exceptional. If it was a normal interaction, it wouldn't have blown up. Nobody would care. That's why, like, nothing... There's no real-life interactions with me of anyone recording me that have blown up. Because I just act normally. And most trans people are the same. I know some trans people IRL and they act the same way, TBH. Both males and females. I mean, and part of it is going to have to do with how you treat them. Look, not everyone can be hyper-rational like me. People are going to be emotional. Just try to be understanding of them, I guess. Or distance yourself if you don't want to do that, I guess. But, I mean, it's ultimately up to you. It's crazy that the man video is only 6 years old. Only? I thought that shit was from 2016. It feels like it's 9 years old. I just associate that video with 2016 style content. But yeah. Are you in college? Yes. I try to be as low profile as possible when using the bathroom. Yeah, and, like, I don't wear clothes that stand out like what I wear on stream, like, in real life for the most part. I literally just wear pajama clothes. Which was, like, my way of, like, boy moding. But, like, apparently, like, the people around me that, you know, like, it got to a point where nobody was seeing me as a boy anymore, so, yeah, I don't know. Like, even when I was wearing guy clothes, people were like, wait, you're, like, a trans woman? I just thought you were, like, a cis woman. And then they said that I was bad at boy moding. And these were just, like... Well, actually, no, to be fair, one of the people that said that was queer, but the other one was just, like, a cis woman. Right? It would be amazing if we could have bathrooms made for trans people. But if that were to happen, we would be in danger. Yeah, because people would know that... Yeah, because, like, if someone sees me go into the trans bathroom, then, like... Yeah, that's where people are going to organize hate crimes. That's why I'm in favor of all bathrooms being gender neutral and just, like, I'm sorry, but, like, even if you're, like, a cis person, like, you absolutely would benefit from... Instead of having the shitty, fucking, awful-ass, like, stalls that, like, you can fucking, like... You can barely close the door on sometimes because they fucking suck and they're made out of this, like, cheap plastic. And it's, like, the most grimy shit ever, I swear to God. Like, you could have nice, like, private, fucking, like single fucking toilets where it's, like, it's, like, almost like another room. How would they benefit from that? Men are creeps sometimes. You know, when even, like, before I knew I was trans, like, I was always terrified of, like, I mean, one of the reasons, like, I already, like, for obvious reasons, didn't want to take a shit in a public restroom because it's fucking disgusting. But on top of that, like, I was always scared, like, you know, some dude could just, like, crawl under and, like, start recording me. Like, that's a thing they could do. Like, I always thought about that, and that terrified me. Like, I don't know. I've always been scared of men. I don't know. What an interesting way to end off the stream. I just subscribed. I would like to hear your viewpoints. Gender-neutral bathrooms would be insanely dangerous for women. Well, keep in mind, I'm describing bathrooms kind of like what they do at airports. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it wouldn't be like, hold on. Or bathroom design. Like, Hold on. It's like this, I think. Hold on. Like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Like, they all got, like, it's like, oh, wait, no. Never mind. I'm trying to find there was, like, gender-neutral ones, I swear. Maybe it's not the airport ones. I'm thinking of, gender-neutral. Yeah. Dude, these ones. Look at this. Look at this shit. This. Like, they'd be like this. Like, each one of these doors has, like, a toilet behind it, right? And you get more privacy. Like, each one of these has, like, a toilet, toilet paper, paper towels, soap and water, right? It's got everything you need, right? Like, and you could have, like, 20 of them, right? Like, wouldn't this be so much better? Wouldn't you love this? Like, you wouldn't have to, like, I don't know, like, feel awkward about, like, taking a shit in one of these, because, like, they would probably be cleaner, and, like, the person next to you wouldn't have to smell it. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I still wouldn't want to take a shit in a public restroom, but, like, if I was going to, it would be in one of these. Yeah, they look so secure and comfy, exactly. Like, you don't feel like you're about to get fucking murdered. Like, I don't, like, if I was in one of these, I wouldn't be terrified. I wouldn't be on edge. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're, like, a cisgender person, like, you gotta agree, this shit would be fucking sick. Like, even if you're a cisgender conservative man, all right? Like, you gotta agree with this. I mean, come on. I hate when public restrooms don't play music well. Everyone can hear you pee. Yeah, that shit always, like, feels weird to me. Like, I don't like that. It's like they're, like, absurdly quiet. It's just, like, it's so uncomfortable. That would be ideal, but people are too dumb. Most make horrible decisions on their own. Most need guardrails to not act stupid. They look secure, but people can just wait for you outside the door. Yeah, but realistically, who's going to be, like... People are no more likely to wait outside the door. And, like, also, like... With the people being dumb comment, I think you underestimate people's intelligence. Like, what do you mean need guardrails? Guardrails for what? Nobody is confused as to how to get into the bathroom. Nobody is flabbergasted when they see this design. Everyone knows how to use it. I don't know. Yeah, but it's in a closed space. There's only one exit. That's fair, I guess. Maybe what they should do is they should have, like security cameras on the outside of the door, and then, like, inside it'll like show you the recording of what's outside the door. So if somebody is, like, standing there with a weapon, then you can, like, call the police. You know. Yeah. I think that could be good. From a tactical perspective, it's definitely worse. It has way better privacy, though. I'm mostly focused on the privacy aspect. I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't feel like if I use a public restroom, I don't feel like I have privacy. The cheap ones that would have peepholes. Well, I don't think there should be peepholes. Well, maybe. If it's like a peephole that you can look through from the inside, but not the other way around, I guess. Yeah, if it's ceiling to floor, it's, like, way better. Like, I hate when it's not. Like, somebody could just crawl under there and, like, film me taking a shit if they wanted. Like, that's, like, horrifying. Like, I was always terrified that, like, somebody would do that, like in high school or, like, middle school. Because, like, I don't know, someone would probably... Well, middle school I never had to... But, like, because, like, I'd be at the high school for a longer period of time because I was a swimmer and I'd stay at the high school for swim practice. And, yeah. But I was always, like, terrified. Being trans at my school is scary. The only gender neutral bathroom is by the office. Dude, if I was... Dude, that's, like, one thing that Because, like, I've thought about, like, what if I transitioned sooner? Like, that's, like, one of the things that I thought about. Like, I'd have to be, like, more paranoid about, like, I don't know, not getting assaulted in the bathroom. Have you not considered the moderate amount of money saved by not making the ceiling to floor? Yeah, that's true. What about the company's money? Exactly. It's so true. What about the billionaires? Come on. What, you want nice things? No, no, no. The billionaires need another Lamborghini. Come on. Anyways. The fact that zoos need it, don't go inside the lion's cage. Okay, well, to be fair, that's for lawsuit reasons. Lets you know how dumb most people are. No, no, no. That, like, it wouldn't be most people. You wouldn't extrapolate on that on most people. That would be an exception. That's like an exceptional case. That's not the rule. That's the exception. But they have to make signs for the exception. Right? It's not that I'm overestimating people's intelligence. You're underestimating it, right? Like, you can't just, like, take a sign that's, like, made for, like, the 1 out of 1,000 retards. Or, like, sorry, like, the 1 out of 1,000 people that's a fucking retard. That goes into the lion containment zone and gets eaten by the lion. Like, that's not most people. Why is there a gap at the bottom of stalls in public bathrooms? That's what I've been saying. I fucking hate that. If somebody could just crawl under that. That's just terrifying. That was, like, always my worst fear, is that somebody would, like, crawl under. The gap is to see if it's occupied. Why not just have, like, a thing on the outside of the door where it's, like, you know, like, green if it's not occupied, and it's red if it's occupied? Containment zone, you mean enclosure? Look, I'm autistic, okay? They're too clean for stalls to hide them. It's cheap, that's why. Well, cheap means worse quality in this case. Look, I don't think it would have to be super expensive. Like, how fucking expensive is, like, 10 doors to a corporation? That's fucking nothing. Anyways. I don't know, man. Most people around me do an insane amount of stupid choices almost on the daily, several times a day. By the way, I say man because of expression, not for anything. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I didn't read it that way. Conservatives love to cheap out on everything. That's true. I don't know, like, what would these stupid choices be? Like, because, like, a choice that you might deem to be stupid might actually be logical from, like, a different framework, right? So you might view it as, like, stupid to party. Like, you might think it's, like, a waste of time and energy and money or whatever, right? But, like, I might say, like, well, yeah, I could be doing something more productive, but, like, I also think that, like, life isn't worth living if I'm not having fun, right? Like, really, like, a lot of it could depend on your perspective. Now, if, like, people are constantly contradicting their own worldview, then maybe you could make the case for that. Like, if you constantly notice contradictions in people's worldviews that they don't, then you might be, like, you might have, like, above average intelligence, at least in that regard. But if it does, like, if their worldview doesn't seem to contradict itself, and you just think it's dumb because it's not in accordance with yours, that wouldn't necessarily negate their intelligence necessarily, unless their worldview is, like, some sort of de facto denial of reality, like, I don't know, thinking that, like, trans people don't exist. Also, hello, L's trans AF. Let's go. Yeah, stuff is always worse in your head than IRL. Your hands are small and cute. Are they? I guess that's seemingly the case. Thank you. Love a bit of cultural relativism. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's what it is necessarily. Also, is my cat trying to get in? Hold on. Never mind. I'm afraid she's not trying to get in. Thought she was. Normally she comes up here at around this time. But she'll like wait outside my door. Usually around like after I end stream. But anyways. If you could say anything to a younger person questioning themselves, what would you say? I would say asking questions is good. It's good to question yourself, but don't let it be something that like consumes you. Don't get so preoccupied in like questioning yourself to the point where you're not able to be productive or healthy. Like question yourself to a reasonable extent. Ask questions that need to be asked. Don't ruminate on the same questions over and over again. Ask new questions. Pose different ideas. Think about stuff that you haven't thought about before. Explore things that you don't fully understand yet. Only then can you grow as a person. Oh, you typed the answer to my question? Hold on, I gotta scroll up. Family members giving beer to babies? Okay, yeah, that's fucking stupid. Your family is retarded. Putting kitchenware outside so that a storm doesn't hit? What? Okay, yeah, putting red thread on babies' heads to stop the hiccups? Using tomatoes at second degree burns instead of water? Okay, yeah, alright, yeah, no, okay. That I've never interacted with anybody that dumb. I think your family is just batshit, and you are the normal one. I think you have extrapolated your experience with like a batshit crazy family onto humanity broadly. I think that's just your family. I'm gonna be real. I don't know. Is your family conservative? Maybe that's why. You know, I don't know. A lot of conservatives have a tendency to be divorced from reality. Used to be more in tune with reality than they do, though, by a lot. So, you know, considering your material conditions and circumstances broadly, you seem to be doing good. Not just my family, bro. Most people I know are that way on 2 different countries. I think that you are surrounding yourself with people that are fucking stupid then. You're doing yourself a disservice. I think that what you need to do is you need to surround yourself with people that are more intelligent, that are more willing to have, I don't know, maybe conversations like these. I'm not suggesting myself, you know. I don't know. Because I don't even think of myself as particularly intelligent. Though compared to what you described, I guess I would be. Yeah, fuck it. So surround yourself with more people like me. Anyways. Yeah, yeah, giving an actual infant beer is crazy. My parents are fortunately supportive of me being trans, but for a while, my grandma wasn't and my mom flew torn. Yeah. I've tried, they're all morons. Yeah, you just gotta surround yourself with different people. Like, you're gonna find somebody intelligent eventually to talk to, right? Like, I don't know. I generally try to surround myself with people that are also intelligent, or at least that I view as intelligent, right? Hell, like I'm friends with people that are significantly smarter than I am. Where like I'm the retard of the friend group, right? Like I'm like the dumbest one. You know what I mean? Like, and I do that intentionally, right? Like when I hang out with like people like Valerie and Dakota and like all those people, right? Like they're way the fuck smarter than I am, right? That makes me smarter just by being around them. You know what I mean? Like you seem very intelligent. You have not met my friends. Also, I think people overestimate my intelligence because I have like maybe higher than average verbal intelligence. So people associate that with high intelligence broadly. I don't know, maybe it's just like my logical analysis of things plus verbal intelligence, plus a worldview that doesn't contradict. So, I mean, to be fair, these are all things that I use to determine whether or not somebody is intelligent colloquially. But usually I need a little bit more than that. Femyoz is very smart, I agree. I just don't view myself that way. I think you underestimate yourself, Femi. I mean, if I was so damn smart, then why am I not good at anything? I think that the only argument that you can make is that, like, I'm just really fucking bored easily, and I can't stick to one thing because nothing is intellectually stimulating enough. But that's not true. There are things that, like, are way too difficult for me to understand. I just, like, I don't intellectually understand them, and I also don't have a desire to, right? If you're so clever, then why are you on your own tonight? Yeah, good question. My husband is extremely intelligent. It makes me feel so stupid, but I love having convos with people that think different or know what I don't know. Yeah, I'm generally the same way. I also think that it makes you more open-minded broadly. Like, you realize, like, oh, I don't really know shit, right? But that's okay. Like, you start to, like, become comfortable with that fact. Like, oh shit, there's, like, a lot that I need to learn or that I could learn. And, like, for every one thing that I know, there's, like, 500 trillion things that I don't. You know what I mean? And I guess that would apply to anybody. Like, that applies to the whoever the fuck the smartest person in the world is. But I guess depending on what metric you use to determine intelligence, whatever that might be. I don't know. I have to pee, don't end stream yet. That's crazy. I am only 23 and I have bad health and a baby, and it sucks. I tend to read health journals or get into my hobbies so much to drown out the pain. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Intelligence, skill, and talent are very different from one another. Fun fact, smart people tend to be unhappier. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm so fucking depressed. I'm just kidding. Sort of. No, I don't know. I've thought about that. Like, because there are going to be certain aspects of my brain that are above average and others that are below average. Like, I think it evens out. Probably. I don't know. Pissing all by yourself, handsome. Oh my god. I don't know. But is intelligence valuable if you don't have a passion for using it for anything? Like, when it comes to academic shit, I get, like, bored very easily, and, like, I get bored of a subject, and then I move on to some other shit, and then I fixate on that for a little bit, and then I get bored, or, like, the subject material gets, like, a little bit complex, and I don't really understand it, and I just, like, kind of forget about it, you know? It's just kind of like that, for me, at least. Like, I can't stay on one specific thing, you know what I mean? Um, I can't sit down to work on something until it's due that day. Yeah, or the day after. Um, I'm a great singer, but shy. I never use it in front of people, so I get that mindset. Well, it's not that I think I'm, like, super intelligent, but, like, I'm shy and don't use that in front of people. It's more like I think that I have the capacity to be intelligent in some ways, but, like, I don't have a passion for a lot of things because most things are boring to me and depressing and bleak. Um, um, just want to say I'm sorry, Femyoz. You're a beautiful and a well-rounded human being. Sorry for earlier if I came off wrong. Yeah, no worries. I don't take it personal. I'm back from the P. Good job. Congrats again. Where's T-Bob? Do the challenge. Maybe I watch him for like 1 millisecond or something. Yeah, that could be good. That would be really good content. Do you imagine how fun and entertaining that would be? To like watch him for like 2 nanoseconds? Oh, hell yeah. Let's see what he's done lately. And then I'll fuck off and stop streaming. Okay, sorry, I gotta close a bunch of tabs. No, I'm not trying to watch America's Most Racist Man. Dude. Let's see. Oh, he's like red now. Let's see. I am saying what? Let's see. The Democrats suck. Let's watch that one. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's see what he has to say. Dude, he's got 1 like and 1 dislike, I guess. Alright. Don't care. Don't care. Dude, this person supports T-Bob. That must be the one
In case
like.
you think I was bullshitting.
Oh. I guess he's not bullshitting, chat. He would never.
That's what I'm
When Trumpster Bob transitions, would she be Trumpster Gawk? Yes.
drinking. First
Oh, wow.
goddamn bucket thing in the morning.
Oh, Trumpster Bob drinking beer. Oh, gee golly, color me shocked. What a voice, yeah.
So let me wake up. Shit.
Bro is wiping the grease around on his forehead.
Motherfuckers. Fuck.
Dude, what is he doing? Yeah. Oh, we're talking about blown out buttholes. Is that so? That he's like taking a nap. Dude, maybe he started doing heroin instead of meth. Yeah, that would make sense. Dude.
I can go back to sleep. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, dude, we've got, to be fair, he's not doing a bunch of alcohol. Like, yeah, dude, it's God's strongest alcoholic. He looks horrible. Is this old? No, this is like 4 days ago.
Is that what you rather me do?
I did not expect the Trumpster Bob cameo. Yeah, I promised it. He hasn't done anything interesting lately, so yeah, I feel like everyone hears a lot of negativity online, and I have questions, like the child ones, for instance. And it sounds like I'm being rude, but quote debating is for some reason my way of doing it. No, that's fair.
I had it with one of Mowry's Democrats.
Yeah, no, he's dying. Keep in mind, I have it at 1.15 right now.
I wouldn't call it.
So slightly sped up.
At it.
And he's still talking slow.
He mouthed off in favor of the Democrats on a Maurice Doak post.
Dude, he's still talking about Maurice Doak. Alright, 1.25, come on.
I simply commented that he was a pedophile.
Oh, he simply commented that he's a pedophile. Is there, like, evidence to back that up? Or is it, like, the serial killer Harry Brogan type of claim, where it's just, like, you made it the fuck up? He could really benefit from shaving the top of his head? Well, bold of you to assume he understands basic fashion advice.
He threatened me.
When you paused the video, I thought he was drinking soy sauce. You know, maybe he was. Yeah, he's still fighting with Maurice Doak.
Again, with that, it'll be your last. Oh, I fucking threatened him again. I told him straight up he was a goddamn pedophile. And he went and fucking hid like a little bitch.
Oh, dude, I'm sure he's terrified of you. I'm sure he's hiding right now. He's shaking in his boots.
Comments.
Dude, he's scared of you and your 19 total views.
Because right now, it's 100 fucking %.
100%. That's like a large number.
If you support the Democratic Party, then you support two things.
Okay, what do I support?
Human slave tracking.
Oh yeah, dude, I love human slave tracking. That's like my favorite.
Like human trafficking.
Yeah, dude, I love human trafficking. How did you know?
In particular, slave trafficking.
Oh, yes, dude, I love slavery.
You have to support that to be a Democrat.
Yes, you have to. Those are like my favorite things, are like human trafficking and slavery.
Number one. And I can prove it. So you have to be a Democrat to be a slave trafficking bitch.
Yeah, only Democrats do it. Republicans would never do human trafficking. Republicans would never. Only Democrats. Dude, what a great way to end off stream.
And number two.
Okay.
You have to be a fucking pedophile.
Oh, of course, of course. Dude, half the country is literally pedophiles. It's crazy.
Democrats.
Dude, 50% of America is actually pedophilic.
And I can prove it.
Okay. Dude, he can prove that 50% of the country is all pedophiles. They're all attracted to kids.
So
This
since
guy's
I can
crazy. He's probably a conspiracy theorist. Oh, he is.
prove
He doesn't believe in any conventional conspiracy theories either. He just makes them up as he goes
that if you're
along.
pro-human slave trafficking and
Of course I am, as a Democrat.
pro-slavery,
Yeah, of course. My two favorite policies.
which is all into one big bubble,
Mm-hmm.
and if I can prove that you have to support pedophilia
Yeah, dude, the big supporter of pedophilia right here.
to be a Democrat,
Dude, you just gotta, I just really love human trafficking and pedophilia, dude. Those are my two favorite things. Yeah, that's the only way that I can be a Democrat.
that means that every single one of you who support the Democratic Party,
Dude, that's what we support, guys.
is
Dude, can you believe that?
pro-slavery,
Dude, we're all pro-slavery.
and you're a goddamn pedophile.
That's so
Period.
true.
And I'm saying it
Dude,
without
he's saying it, all right? That's how you know it's true.
equivalation. I am saying that if you support the Democratic Party, you are pro-slavery and you are a goddamn pedophile.
All right, I'm sure you're going to have some very compelling evidence for this. Not like Trump was, best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, who is known for being a pedophile,
Like the King of Britain or the dictator of fucking North Korea or the dictator of China.
Dude.
You are a goddamn pedophile.
I would say that, like, North Korean dictators are bad, but I don't know what that has to do with being attracted to children. Like, I don't... Like, those are both bad things, but they have nothing to do with each other. I thought he likes Kim Jong-un. No, he's like a Putin supporter. I don't know. Actually, maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe it changed his mind. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't have a mind anymore. Not that he had one to begin with, but Yeah, it's one of those things where you just have to keep saying it and then it becomes true.
Let me hear all your fucking arguments.
Oh.
I want to hear your bullshit to this argument.
Who are you talking to? You haven't made an argument. Like, you've just stated claim, but you haven't established what your premises are. You've only established your conclusion. But, like, you haven't explained it.
Guarantee you, if you support the Democrats, you are a fucking pedophile.
All right, yeah, you've said that like 5 times now, dipshit, but, like, make an argument for that. Yeah, I don't know.
Either somebody else or a Catholic priest done had his dick so far up your fucking tailpipe, you couldn't even scream no more. You was in that kind of pain. And now
I don't think that's how pain works.
you just fucking like it.
No, you're just projecting. Like, we get it. You like taking dick up the ass.
You're
like,
broken.
It's okay, Bob. We support you.
You're a broken tailpipe. Now, you've been in service.
That was a really good joke.
25 years. We're going to take you out of this car and put you
Yeah, maybe I like that, T-Bob.
in another car. Just because you're so
Don't shame me for liking getting piped.
damn been had.
Yeah, he's thinking about gay sex again. Who would have guessed? It would be hilarious if he did a reaction video to you. Oh yeah, we've beefed in the past.
That's what I'm saying. You is a fucking pedophile. You and you and you and you and all you fucking Democrats.
Dude, you're all pedophiles,
are
chat.
fucking pedophiles.
Dude, you all support raping children, I guess. Dude, I can't do this. Shit is so fucking... Oh my god. I can't take this seriously.
Period. And America ain't having none of it, bitch.
Debate him on stream? I absolutely would, but he keeps dodging. So I've given up on trying to get him to debate on stream.
Fuck you. We stand against the fucking pedophiles.
Dude, let's go. Trumpster Bob. He's gonna stand against pedophilia and rape. Alright, Trumpster Bob says no to pedophilia. Oh, thanks, Bob. Really appreciate that.
In America.
Wow, such a brave, controversial take.
We also stand against slavery.
Dude, he stands against rape, pedophilia, and slavery. Wow. such a brave
this
soldier.
fucking country.
Isn't T-Bob a pedo? I mean, probably.
And we proved it when we voted in Donald Trump. So you can line up
Thank you, Kyer, for the $1.99 saying dude's brain is Swiss cheese from all the alcohol.
to
Yeah.
kiss my fucking ass.
I'm sure you'd like that. The guy with the sexual assault charge is here to stand against pedophilia, everybody? Yeah, exactly. I have a feeling T-Bob is projecting. Probably. We stand against pedophilia, but you voted for one? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone knows the religious South was like very anti-slavery.
I don't give a fuck
Doesn't give a fuck,
who
chat.
you are.
Contact the drunken peasants. Talk to Ben about T-Bob. Yeah, I've thought about, because like they actually like reacted to me making fun of Bob one time. So I might contact them if they still do Bob Tent, as I like to call it. Because I'm thinking, because like I got into contact with Harry Brogan, Dumpster Rick, Fireman John, right? All those people. And I think that like I need to like set up some drama where like it's like I want the climax of that drama to be me, drunken peasants, like that group of people, like you know, maybe like Maurice Stelk or somebody like that. Like just like all of his enemies, just like on one stream, making fun of him. Dude. It would be like his worst nightmare.
I don't give a fuck who you are. At a minimum, you have to be a pedophile and pro-slavery to be a fucking Democrat in America today.
You know, it's one of those statements where like it becomes truer the more you say it.
At a minimum.
At a minimum. What's the maximum? Is there like a maximum, or is there only like a minimum?
Avid fucking lying, cocksucking motherfucker.
Of course you're thinking about cocksucking. Oh, he's gonna go through the motions, you know? He's pretending to suck a cock like every straight man.
Who sucked 22 cocksucking motherfucker. Who sucked.
You know, that is the face of a straight man. Sucking cock.
22-inch cocks all the way down your fucking throat.
Oh, damn. Bro's into the horse cock, bro. Dude. But dude is a size queen. He's just like Vosh.
Because you learned how to...
Dude, I wonder if he's into short-stacked goblins as well.
Master the art of swallowing dick.
Oh, of course you've mastered the art. Good live editing? Hell yeah. I have a tendency to use the zoom feature.
Y'all some fucked up motherfuckers over there at the Democratic Party. And you can kiss my motherfucking white ass. Hold on a minute. Got something for you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That was just for you, baby.
I guess, like, he has, like, a fart fetish, too. Either that or he has, like, the sense of humor of, like, a 5-year-old. Or both.
Because I know you faggots love the smell of shit.
No, that's just you. Did he just shit? Yeah, he shot himself to win the argument in the free marketplace of ideas, I guess.
So I cut some room freshener for you. That way you feel welcome when you come into my room and get burnt like a bitch.
What do you mean by burnt like a bitch? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, have gay sex? Bro shit his pants thinking about gay sex. Dude, it's because his butthole was blown out. Yeah, come in your room? That's like kind of gay, bro. Oh, he's like, I think he's drunk. I don't know. It's like barely coherent. Keep in mind, we've been watching this at 1.25 times speed. You look like you regret watching this. I do.
Trying to wake up. God damn it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do when you're like constantly drunk. Oh, why can't I wake up? I wonder if, I'm sure it has nothing to do with like the 12 cans of beer that I drank within the last 30 minutes. Oh, I wonder if he's gonna scoop the, oh, he scooped the pus out of his eye again. Not as nastily as he did the one time. Dude, one time he literally scooped his finger into his eye. It was disgusting.
Shit.
That fart slipped out a little too easy. Yeah, he was definitely holding it in.
I need to wake up.
He's gay since he touches his wiener to pee without the rainbow thigh highs on. That's true. Unless he's pissing himself in a diaper. In which case, I mean, I could see that happening.
You need a...
Do y'all think that Trumpster Bob has a diaper king?
Miracle how I don't hear anything from the Democrats.
About?
From 350 plus thousand supporters on Maurice Duck's channel.
Wasn't Maurice Delk like a MAGA guy though?
Where I did post I was live streaming right now. I do quite often actually.
Diapers are the best gender neutral bathrooms.
I don't hear nothing but crickets.
About what? Some glupshido YouTuber? Like I know that like he's your whole world, okay? I know that another man is your whole world, but he's not our whole world, okay? Nobody gives a fuck about what some random 300k sub YouTuber has to say. Well, why aren't the Democrats talking about Femyoz? Because they don't know who the fuck I am. Like, what do you mean?
From his Democrats.
I hope he doesn't have that kink. I don't want anything in common with him. So real, so real.
I don't hear nothing but crickets from all of the Democrats.
No, but he'd get like, dude, he'd have bad taste. He'd get like the worst ones. He'd get like, what's like the worst brand for that? Like, bro, I don't know. Dude, as long as he's not getting bunny hops, dude.
Nothing but
dude.
Fucking crickets.
Your hair looks so healthy, thank you. Never beating the diaper yos allegations. It's a fucking meme, to be fair. No. Anyways, I need my Trumpster Bob erotica, dude. We need Trumpster Bob diaper kink erotica chat.
I'm accusing them of being goddamn motherfucking pedophiles. Every last single fucking one of them.
Dude, every single one.
Every last.
Yeah, it's just a joke, guys. Seriously. Well, now you're making it look
single
worse.
Fucking Democrat is a goddamn fucking pedophile.
Yeah, Trump branded diapers for 2028. True. Dude, wearing diapers in solidarity with President Trump.
And they're
Chinese knockoff Depends. Yeah, he would wear Chinese knockoff Depends.
Pro-slavery.
His caretaker turned around for 2 seconds and he went to the basement and did this. Yeah, that sounds about right. Why is it always this stuff? I don't know.
But I don't hear nothing in here today except for crickets.
No, there's no crickets. I think you're imagining that.
Because when I confront a Democrat, they always run and fuck and hide. With their
Oh, I'm sure that the Democratic Party is just terrified of you. You know, the DNC is like really worried about engaging with Trumpster Bob.
tail between their legs, like Michelle Obama's dick falling down from his fucking tailbone.
Oh, of course. He thinks that Michelle Obama is secretly a trans
and
woman.
Dangling along the fucking leg.
I bet his wife changes his diaper. Who, Trumpster Bob? No, he doesn't have a wife. There's no way.
There.
No woman wants to fuck him. Your hair does look nice, TBH. Thank you.
I'm telling it how it is, baby.
I think he's genuinely waiting to hear voices. Dude, he forgot that he took his schizophrenia meds.
And there ain't
He's waiting for the medication to wear off.
nobody.
Michelle Obama's blown up butthole. Yeah. Trans women are hot, though. That's true.
None of you. Nobody on this fucking planet that dictates what the fuck I say.
Oh, dude. Nobody chooses what he says. He chooses what he says himself. Wow. That's so impressive. You know, as opposed to me, you know, people are telling me what to say and stuff.
This is why most
I'm actually a psyop.
podcasters run from me.
Oh, dude, I'm terrified of you. That's why I asked you to debate me, and you wouldn't let me talk to you, and ban me from your chat, and refuse to come on my show. It's because we're terrified of you, actually.
Because
wait.
most podcasters work for the left stream media.
Okay, what about Drunken Peasants? Why won't you go on there? I'm sure they'd be more than willing to have you on.
It is what it is, baby. I'm right.
Like, Drunken Peasants is more successful and large than me. Like, I'm fucking nobody. Now, compared to you, I'm famous, but, like, that doesn't mean anything.
They're
I want T-Bob and the Sword in the same chat. Dude, we gotta make that happen.
They could go suck another fucking cock for all.
Dude, he's thinking about sucking cock again. You know, like a straight man does.
They can swallow down that 22-inch cock
Very specific, you know, consistent with the inches, 22 every single time.
Put the balls
I think he has a very specific
in their
fantasy.
fucking mouth.
Yeah, no ghostwriters. Like, these are his real authentic thoughts. You know, I'm just memorizing what my ghostwriters say, and then I spew out whatever I memorized on stream,
And
of
lick
course.
all the way from the back of the ball to the fucking tailbone, and back, tickle, and back again.
He is very descriptive when talking about sucking dick. He really likes sucking dick. 22 inches would be a nightmare for anyone to take, not gonna lie. Yeah.
And that ain't a little tickle. That's a whole lot of.
I wish he started small and added like 3 inches every time. Yeah, like he starts out with like 4 inches, and then it like goes to like fucking like he's just like yeah 4 inches 4 inches. Yeah, so like I want like they would be sucking this 7-inch cock, and then he'd like, be like a little bit later, and he'd be like, and that's when the 10-inch cock reaches the back of their throat, and then the 13-inch cock is down. Yeah. Dude, that person must be a grower, not a shower.
Tickling. To look a fucking butthole that big around like Maurice Delk's butthole.
No, I think that you're just speaking from personal experience looking at your own butthole. Unless you're looking at other men's buttholes. Which is kind of gay if you think about it.
Like, if you had a roll of toilet paper, and it was that fucking long,
yeah.
and it was in a
he's back on a tangent about
form of
buttholes.
plastic
He really likes thinking about this.
prosthetic, and you lubricate it, you can shove it like that, one finger right up Maurice Delk's butthole, past his fucking sphincter, and it's guaranteed it would not fall out when he stood up and started fucking walking.
Mo is still mega. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, but he doesn't talk about gay sex enough, so he's clearly a Democrat or something. What happened to the titty stream? I made it members only.
Ain't that right?
Cool.
Maurice Delk. You goddamn blown out pie hole motherfucking scoot along scootski.
You know, he truly has a way with words.
That's you. You're a scoot along scootski.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Skid marks from here to goddamn Chicago, from
Dude, is he even speaking English?
Chicago to Milwaukee and back. There's a whole lot of skid marks right there, right?
Oh, now he's talking English. Sorry, I thought he was like speaking some alien language. He's salivating about buttholes. Yeah, but he stopped doing it in English for a second.
But after all the left,
he's from Texas.
Attempts to bring me down, I'm still standing after all this time. Woo! Yeah, baby.
No, you've accomplished nothing.
I'm still standing. You ain't
You're
nothing
sitting down though.
a fucking thing to me.
He's still standing as he salivates about men's buttholes and sucking dick.
All suck dick like Harry Brogan.
Dude, everybody except for me sucks dick. Like all of you are except for me are gay.
Some of us fucking murders you're just now reading about online.
Oh, is he gonna like accuse Harry Brogan of being a murderer again with no evidence?
Ain't that right, Harry? How many people did you murder, Harry?
A million.
You was a murdering machine, boy, back in your day.
You're just a murdering machine.
Okay.
Crazy how there's like no evidence that you can ever point to though. As he sings a song by a gay man, he isn't beating the allegations. Yeah, he's not beating the allegations, as he chat. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Anyways. Oh, he's dead air maxing. Come on, Bob. Start talking. I wonder if he likes Bowie. Trumpster Bob feels homosexualized.
Universities now.
He needs the dicks in his face.
Anti-discrimination probe.
Bob is endless content. He'll never change. Yeah. Quote, all the leftists spring me down. He gets like 3 concurrents who troll him, and he babbles like he's standing against the full force of a well-oiled propaganda machine. Yeah.
Thank you to Donald Trump.
I don't get what the big deal about dicks is. Straight people focus on weird things. Well, it's almost like he's not straight.
Be saying, hell yeah.
Straight men don't constantly think about dick like this. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're thinking about gay sex constantly, you're probably
but
gay.
your left-wing pundits will be saying, "Oh no."
Yep, that is exactly what I'm gonna say. All because of you, Bob. You're like the protagonist. You're the
What
anime
you're
protagonist, and I'm like the evil anime villain.
witnessing right now is America rejecting
Why does every conservative think there's some sort of martyr? It's so cringe. Because they have main character syndrome. It's very sad.
outright rejecting the homosexual rule over our fucking nation. We kick
That's true. The homosexuals are
them
ruling.
motherfuckers out.
Dude, the homosexuals are like the Empire from Star Wars, and like and Trumpster Bob is like the rebellion. Like he's like Luke Skywalker. He's single-handedly gonna defeat homosexuality.
You guys are not gonna rule this country.
You know, that's why he's constantly thinking about gay sex. You know, he's gotta know the enemy in order to defeat it, right?
Like you thought you were. Anymore.
He's an idiot, but Jim Crow laws were created by the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party was the right-wing party at the time. But you would agree with the fact that there was like obviously a party switch where the Republicans at one point became the right-wing party, right? So like, you're like technically correct, but like, you're missing some political nuance.
More than any goddamn fucking religion or coalition or motherfucking mafia. Because
Dude, I work for the gay mafia.
we the people said so. You can
Conservatives need leaders to idolize. They cannot fathom following a belief and not a person. Yeah, sometimes they idolize themselves.
kiss
If they're like narcissistic enough.
the people's ass.
Honestly, I think Harry Potter is mid. I think that the movies are better than the books. Books are like boring. The movies were like kind of good.
French kiss style, by the way. If you don't
Dude, it's very descriptive.
like that,
And you're gay for not liking gay sex.
don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news. He just doesn't care.
And I
Don't worry
submit
about
here
it.
now that it's very likely
I hate to overgeneralize with leprechaun theory, but just saying repressed homosexuality is a reasonable assumption about any dude who talks about man butt this much. Yeah.
that Harry Brogan was also the score
I want a boyfriend that will read to me. Honestly, real, dude. Bedtime stories go
card
hard.
killer.
Like, and y'all don't fucking make fun of me for saying that. Okay, y'all gotta agree with that. Anyways. J.K. Rowling spearheaded anti-trans propaganda in the UK. That's true. But yeah. Dude, what is he looking at? Is he looking at blown up buttholes? Yeah, I don't know. Definitely drunk. Definitely a drunk. I keep thinking you're pausing the video, but he just keeps rebooting his brain every 5 seconds. Oh, it's more than 5 seconds. It's crazy that we're watching this at 1.25 times speed and I'm talking significantly faster than him. Like, I'm a fast talker, but still. Thank God for 1.25. Dude, 1.35. What the fuck? Did he forget that he's recording? Yeah, I think he just, like, forgot that he was streaming. I guess. I don't know. He, like, I mean, to be fair, he was probably getting 0 concurrence. So maybe he was, like, waiting for the number to go back up to 1. I don't know. I would still, like, yap just for the VOD. You know? Can't have bad content like that. Damn it, T-Bob, I said lay off the margarita mix. Yeah. I don't think he knows where he is. Me neither. He's thinking about his own gaping butthole. Dude. Dude.
Ron Corona is a Mexican-American who targeted at least 25 migrant workers.
Yeah.
And he's believed to have killed triple that number.
Damn, that's crazy. So what's your opinion on that? Hello, Bob? Oh, you're just gonna say that? Surely you have, like, an opinion on that. Like, yeah, murdering people is, like, bad and stuff. Hello, Bob? Can just say that it was bad. Say that it's bad to kill people for no reason. But just say that, yeah, it was bad that... Oh my fucking god. Bro, he can't even do that. He's so lost. He's so fucking lost. His brain probably atrophied to the size of cashew from the straight ethanol. Yeah. Yeah, no, bro is dead air maxing for real. Every minute he just says an assumption that he thinks to be fact. Yeah, and then he'll say, I can prove it. And then he just, like, repeats it 5 times, and then he forgets about it, and then, like, moves on to the next
Yeah, what
one.
it is, baby.
It's funny how you can see the faint outline of a beard beyond the core beard, even his facial hair is thinning. Yeah, well, on top of that, it's like his beard is like multiple colors. Like you can see like the beer stains in it. Like you can see like where like he spills
Like
his
Kermit
beer.
for a star was born a man.
But yeah. Gets stains
Man,
by
I
food and
face
beer.
serial stalkers, serial murderers, transvestites.
Dude, I'm the transvestite that's like stalking him and stuff.
And I'm still
That's
here,
me.
baby.
Hey man, I'll debate you on stream. You can ask me what you want. Oh, I'd be down to do that at some point. I'm tired right now though, so probably not right
Come
now.
at me with all your bullshit, but I'm still standing. You can't.
Dude, he's still standing.
Shut me up.
He's such a strong, masculine man. Wow, what a giga chad.
I refuse to shut up. And you
Oh, dude, wow, you tell him.
kiss my fucking
That'll show your one concurrent.
French kiss style for all I care.
Look, and like I'm not one to make fun of somebody for having like low numbers, like in of itself. I don't think it's like necessarily a bad thing. It's not like I'm super successful either, but it's like I don't know, he just talks like a big game for like someone that like has no fucking influence. So he acts like he has like this sort of influence. Like nobody takes him seriously. Transvestite stalking me? Don't threaten me with a good time. That's true.
Gonna take a break, baby.
Oh, let's go. He's gonna take a break.
Go get you something to drink.
Oh, of course. You know, he hasn't had enough alcohol, clearly. So he needs to get more.
Hey, it's a little blueberry moment.
Oh, he feels so much better now. Oh, thank goodness for the additional alcohol.
Damn
He's taking a break because he just didn't have enough alcohol in his system.
You get an attractive bitch smoking this. I mean,
I'm surprised he's not racist too. No, he's racist.
fucking drinking this
He's very racist.
shit. I guarantee
You just haven't seen him being
She's gonna
racist.
suck my
Nah, bro. He was like pretending to be a black person and wearing dreadlocks. And like talking about how much he loves fried chicken.
dick and fuck it, silly. Shut the fuck up.
Doing a video kissing Trumpster Bob that will get him fired up? Yeah, I should. Oh, I skipped him getting
I'm a
beer.
good looking man. And it's simple as that.
I know. Yes, you of course would know a lot about good-looking men.
All I got
What kind of life is this? Is there just like a hamster on a wheel in his head?
to
Probably.
say.
That's like what generates enough electricity for his 2 remaining brain cells. Otherwise, there's not going to be enough energy to fire neurons.
Good looking man, ain't I, baby? She'll say, yeah, well, yeah, you are, Bob. Pull out my dick and show it to her and say, would you like to suck a sexy fucking dick? Well, yeah, I would.
Yeah, that's hella riz, dude. I'm sure, dude. You just know for a fact women are lined up to suck his
Bob,
dick.
and then she starts sucking your dick.
Yeah, that's like a real thing that
dick.
happened.
Now I say, well,
Lol, yeah, the Papa got AI plus. We need Trumpster Bob x Nicholas Diorio. Fuck yeah.
baby.
Dude, poor Nick. He's like the fucking like rape victim in every like shitty AI post.
Ain't harden up. You done swallowed a couple of cum.
Of course, he's thinking about swallowing
Let you
cum.
get up there and ride me for about another, I don't know, hour to an hour and a half. That bitch up there riding dick, baby.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure women are just lining up to meet you.
Facing away from me. Ooh, look at that big fucking ass.
Oh, dude, I'm sure that women are practically salivating for your attention right now.
Woo!
Dude, especially when they hear the wee.
Turn around and bounce on it while I'm sucking on a big old fucking titties.
Oh, wouldn't you love to like bounce on Trumpster Bob's dick while he's sucking your titties? Wouldn't that just be so fun?
black titties. Oh, baby.
Yep, he fetishizes
Shut
black
the fuck
people.
up.
He's like racist, but he also like fetishizes black women. I don't know. He has like a fetish
Shut the
for
fuck
it.
up.
Was that a fly that flew across him? Wait, hold on. Oh, yep, that there is a fly in the background. I
Shut
don't
the
know if
fuck
y'all
up.
saw it. He's a snow bunny. That's
It is
true.
what it is, baby.
Yeah, they have to be black titties. Or what if they're like burnt?
She'll ride that dick
Bob is from
as
Texas.
long as I tell her to. She just can't ride no.
IDK man, shitting yourself to make a point is hella gangsta. Yeah, I mean if he's diaper maxing, you know, I support him on his journey. I don't think Ethereal Emily will be happy about it. Because apparently that would mean that they have something in common. I guess. And that would be devastating.
Mo.
No, not the diapers, yeah. Dude, he could be just like Nova Online. Nah. Dude, I'm doing a disservice to like that fucking community. His dick is probably micro. Oh, absolutely.
That's when they fall on you. And you gotta hug them like, oh, come here, baby. Ah, yeah, baby. Strong fucking hug. Squeeze them ribs a little bit with your hug.
His 20-inch poop satisfies his urges. True. He is the almighty diaper man. Yeah. Dude, where did Emily go? Dude, Emily is just like,
Let's
no, I need to find a new kink.
them know that you appreciate them and you care about them. Then you can lay them over and go to sleep. They're fucking happy for the night. That's when the man goes live stream. Ding, 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 ding.
Incredible stuff.
I'm just fucking with you. That's when the man rolls over.
He's the problem we have with men in society. He's his own thing
I said,
entirely.
oh, thank God. Shit. Yeah, that's more like it, right?
I don't even know what he's yapping about.
Shit, that
Being from
woman would
Texas
never get off my
explains it all.
fucking lap.
Yeah.
Like, what?
The only state that would make more sense for him to be from would be maybe like Florida.
Fuck you. Shit, some of the women.
Yeah, fucking women, am I right? Damn, you're still streaming? I'm about to end stream. Please no, not D-Bob. Dude, Diaper Bob. Dude, Emily, what are your thoughts on Diaper Bob? What would you do if you saw a picture of Trumpster Bob wearing some fucking bunny hops? Dude.
30 to 40
Would you switch to rears? Like, no, I can't do this anymore.
to me, the perfect age of women to fuck.
Dude, I guarantee you, he's gonna say like, dude, please don't say anything weird. He's gonna say like,
Man,
throw away my ABDL gear and never turn back. Wait, give it to me. I mean, give it to somebody that needs it. Not that would be me.
when they ain't had no dick in 6 years, has any of you men ever fucked a woman that ain't had no fucking dick in 6 fucking years?
What? Huh? In 6 years? Is that the last time he had sex? Was 6 years ago? Report turfs to ice. I
Let
agree.
me tell you, I fucked a woman that had no dick in like 2 to 6 years.
2 to 6 years. What a range.
You gotta put your dick up to the pussy, but you gotta get that pussy lickety wet.
Oh, thank you for your tutorial. You gotta get it lickety wet.
Because you're only gonna put one finger in there,
Well,
and then you gotta lubricate it up. You can almost put 2, but you're not. But lubricate that fucking shit up all the way around.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure that any woman is already gonna be wet just listening to this.
Get your dick, get it wet while you're doing that in between, till your dick is wet.
I bet he got super drunk and jerked off hallucinating this. Yeah.
Fuck. And ready to slide up that fucking pussy hole, because let me.
Dude, he was like staring at like the lamp in front of him and the light fixture, and he thought that the light fixture was Natalie Portman and that she was there to have sex with him. And then like he like had a delusional schizophrenic episode where he thought that they were having sex. And then he noticed like a burning sensation on his dick, and then he finally realized that like, oh, that's not Natalie Portman, that's the light fixture.
I tell you,
This is 10 out of 10 cringe. I love
you
it.
got a
Yeah.
fight on your hands to get your dick up that fucking pussy.
Dude, this is what they should be teaching in sex ed. I'm lickety wet right now, as you
It's
should
almost
be.
as bad as breaking in a virgin. Once you get it in, though, I mean, it's a little bit easier going in a virgin, but like when I was 17,
Dude, what if Trumpster Bob was in a
I
chastity
fucked a virgin,
cage?
so I know. I've actually fucked 3 virgins under the age of 18 when I was under 18.
I was gonna, dude, that would be so easy to clip. I'm
And
sorry.
so it is what it is there. I know women. And let me tell you,
But he knows women. He's very good at talking to them.
once you get it in there, oh God, it feels so fucking great.
That sounds like someone that's never had sex before trying to describe what sex feels like. Oh, it's like so fucking great. Like, no, once you have sex, you realize, like, oh, like, regular penetrative sex is, like, kind of mid. He paused before he said after 18.
Like, you don't give a fuck.
We chose the lamp hollow Lamau.
How
Yeah.
big a fucking dick?
Nobody wants to fingering from T-Bob. Well, what about me? We've seen the streams for the... We know where those fucking fingers have been. True. Based on the charges, he is so good with women, he skips the talking
He
part.
took it
That's
about.
true.
If she's that fucking tight when you're fucking her.
Dude, you don't understand, okay? T-Bob is our ABDL
You
king.
fuck her too much, it gets a little loosey-goosey. You just back off for about 3 days, go fuck another bitch, come back to her, and
Yeah, dude, he's living that
die
life.
all over again. Like, oh, it's a perfect fit.
It's just a perfect
And you ain't
fit.
got to worry about her getting her nut. She's going to get her fucking nut. Scare her fucking teeth. If you're fucking her,
Yeah, he's right, dude. Imagine this is your dude. If this was like, if like, I'm in favor of people getting sex ed because like it reduces like CSA rates or whatever. And like if a child gets like, or like I think it's like yeah, if a child like gets like molested or whatever, they're more likely to tell somebody about it if they have sex ed. So like I'm in favor of that. But like if I was trying to create propaganda, to like get rid of sex ed, like I would just show like this part of the Trumpster Bob stream. I'd be like, yo, this is what sex ed is like.
like a real man at it.
I hereby proclaim January 21st, the date of Trumpster Bob's channel creation, as Blown Up Butthole Day. Let's go. Dude, that's what we gotta celebrate it.
Hey, look, we got another pedophile in here. How you doing, Mr. Pedophile? Pro-slavery bitch.
Dude, everyone that disagrees with me is
How
a
do people treat
pedophile. Isn't that right, chat?
you when they find out that you're pro-slavery and pro-pedophile?
Dude, everyone I disagree with is a pedophile. Dude. How much to give T-Bob a handy? Dude. Wouldn't that be so fun? Diddy reference? Let's
Huh?
go.
Because right now, today, the first 2 requirements of being a Democrat
Lickety wet is a term used in the curriculum.
are that you're pro-slavery and you're a pedophile. You have to be a pedophile.
I think he's just, I mean, considering the fact that, like, we know he's gay, he talks about blown up buttholes. I mean, he also talks about, like, pedophilia a lot. Like, has he been thinking about children? Because, like, we know he projects.
And you have to bow down to the king.
Yeah. Yeah, he was talking about being with young girls, like, before.
In fucking England.
A lot of pedos do that. It's like the weird overcompensation thing. Like, I would understand, like, overcompensating as a joke, but not even for that. I don't know.
As your master and ruler. He can fuck you in the ass and make you suck it after the fact.
To be fair, for me, a lot of the people I dislike are pedos and pro-slavery, but that doesn't project. Yeah, but there's a difference. It's like Bob is, like, emphasizing it, and he's talking about it, like, in terms of people that don't fit that criteria. He's just, like, blanketly accused. Like, there's obviously a difference between, like, falsely accusing random people that you disagree with of being a pedophile, like, unironically, versus, like, just disliking pedos. Like, disliking pedos is not projection. That's just normal, basic human decency. Saying everyone I disagree with is a pedophile constantly and repeating it, like, beyond just, like, pedocon theory is real and maybe, like, a few fucking jokes, maybe, like, a few observations every now and again, like, I mean, come on. Like, he's just like, if you're a Democrat, you're a pedophile. Like, okay.
He can take your fucking babies. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he can't be charged with a crime because he's the king of England. You bow down to that motherfucker like that, don't you? You have to, or you cannot be a fucking Democrat.
FBI raids Trumpster Bob's house and finds a huge dildo collection. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I know you're a fucking sawed-off goddamn pedophile before we even start this conversation.
Oh, okay. So, like, before you even have any evidence, you don't need evidence. Fuck that.
But I am opening my channel to you, sir.
Oh, why won't you open it to me? Like, what the fuck? Oh, you're willing to debate this random? But, like, not me? Okay.
If you want to come in here and debate the facts of the matter, you fucking little left-hard bitch. And I don't give a fuck what topic it is.
Dude. I wonder if I could get on a
It
stream.
could be from anything from the economy all the way up to global warming. And let me tell you, between
Oh, I'd love to debate him on global
A
warming.
to Z,
Yeah, we need a fly cam. We need, like, AI motion tracking on his end, but for
I will
flies.
make you look stupid as fuck.
Dude, he's gonna make me look so stupid. Don't you worry. That's why he's been
And
dodging
I don't
me.
give a fuck who you are.
Ew, the sentient herpes scar is back? No, he's not sentient.
And when I say I don't give a fuck who you are, I mean I don't give a fuck who you are.
I'm just waiting for Trumpster Bob to release his OnlyFans.
You could be a team.
Dude, he could show his blown up butthole. He could do, like,